Good evening everyone and welcome to the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship live on iRacing.com and on YouTube and on Motors TV. It's rounds 80 to 82 of the BSRTC. My name is Andrew Woodhouse and I'm joined by Adam Bath and iRacing World Championship driver Alex Simpson, who's just secured a third consecutive year in the top series. Well done my friend and welcome.
Yep, cheers, thank you for that. Yes, going to be a great race tonight. Bathurst, what a great track. I think this is just... remember last season, what a great race that was. This is going to be something else, I'll tell you.
Adam, the Mount Panorama circuit is almost defies description, doesn't it? It's impossibly difficult. The elevation changes are numerous. There's one of the fastest corners in all of motorsport, which is the Chase. What are these guys going to do? It is such a tricky track.
Well, it's so hard to set up as well because we've got the first two corners and that's like super flat out straight. Then we begin the mountain section, incredibly difficult to overtake. Up to the top of the hill at Skyline and down through the S's and then the Forest Elbow, which leads us onto another superly long straight where we saw a big crash in the Bathurst 1000 weekend a few weeks ago. And then, as you said, through the Chase, flat out right-hander, then down into that chicane, left, right, and then the run down to the final corner, which could be a key overtaking spot, especially on the final lap of the race. Not too long then to go before we get to the grid. I think qualifying is just finishing now. On pole position, no surprise, it is Sebastian Job. He seems to be on an incredible run of form. Could have took two race victories at Brands Hatch if it wasn't for a disconnection in the third and final race. Wojciech Savidovic is second on the grid with Michael Shellback in third for GT Omega Racing. That is a very good effort from him. Jamie Fluke fourth, Daniel Hunt fifth, David Baker sixth, his customary sixth place, Colin Cunniff in seventh, Ben Palmer eighth, Sharon Kaiser in ninth, and Rob Fagg rounding out the top 10. We'll quickly run you through the Drivers' Championship as well. Wojciech Savidovic leads David Baker by 701 points, Stelian Chepelevsky in third, Jamie Rushworth in fourth, and Alex Smolensky in fifth. Sebastian Job is in sixth, Simon Field seventh, Kip Stevens is in eighth, Lee Thompson is in ninth, and Daniel Hunt is in 10th.
Yeah, and Alex, we are only 2 meetings away from the showdown. From where the showdown points are going to be decided, at least. So we need to keep an eye on that battle, as there's still quite a lot to be decided, isn't there, for the top 10 and the top 12?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just looking at the points throughout now. I mean, Pete Newman, obviously in with the wild card, but he's only 6 points behind 10th place at the moment as well. So still pretty close. Andreas Katz is back. He might want to try and jump back into the top 10 as well, so that all his wins and podiums that he's got are going to count as bonus points at the start of the showdown. So yeah, there's probably enough races for him to do that as well. So like you say, absolutely everything to race for these next couple of weeks. Of course, in the AM category as well, drivers like Scott Malcolm trying to work their way into that showdown place there. Only 43 behind Andrew Whitehead, 199 points. Steve Burke is in there with a wild card at the moment with 13 wins in the category. So he certainly should secure it, but he might want to get some of those bonus points at the start as well.
Go
on, yep.
Yeah, the thing is, Andrew, these last 2 weeks, probably we're going to see some of the best racing ever because the drivers inside the top 10, they're not going for points now because they know that they've pretty much got a nailed-on spot in the showdown. They're going to be going out for those wins.
Yeah, and every win equals more points. Every second and third place equals more points for the showdown. So even though, Sebastian Job, as it stands, has a 11-point deficit to Wojciech Savidovic, so Savidovic's job tonight is to try to at least keep that within a reasonable barrier, because once those 15 showdown races start, I do think on Job's current form it's going to be very difficult. We've got to give a shout out though, Alex, to Ben Palmer for a great outing in the Clio Cup at the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. What a great job Ben did as well. So obviously organises a couple of leagues here as well. So got his hands full with a lot of stuff. So yeah, good to see him getting out there and having some fun.
Yeah, and I believe that was a one-off meeting for him, and I think he came in, was it 4th place, Adam, with the damaged car?
I know he had a pretty strong race meeting, and Ashley Sutton, who is a former racer in this championship, might actually be racing tonight as well.
It was around last week, wasn't he?
It was around last week, yeah, and usually got in the fit of the action. Yeah, he managed to take the Clio Cup Championship, so congratulations to him.
Indeed, so BSRTC series of champions, as we say. Alex, Dave Baker in 6th, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, Dave, we always chuckle on him whenever he's in 6th place, but yeah, like you say, good reasonable qualifying there. And I think it's going to give him something to work with towards the towards the end of this race. So let's see how it pans out. He's a very consistent driver, very smooth, and that's what you need going on the mountain.
This track, Adam, is also going to show us who's got the car set up, because it's pretty tough on tyres on that mountain section.
Yes, it is. All about the tyres. Here we go then, Andrew.
The revs are actually rising. There's a couple of spaces on the grid. Quite a few people haven't taken the start, and we are away. Green light is on at Bathurst, and actually I think it's just a mistake on my part. The grid hatchings are spaced further apart for the touring cars. Sebastian Job leads up the back straight.
A little bit of something going through turn 1.
Oh, there's quite a big bit of something.
Huge. Everybody's checking up, trying to get around there, so I think they're going to get going again. Looks like everybody's sort of patient through there, which is a bit of a shame. Did you see how many cars started and had to go around the last turn before they even started this race? That was just crazy.
I think that's why I botched the start so badly, because I thought the drivers they were missing grid spaces, but there's something. There was a big contact I could hear. I'm not sure what it was. Did you hear that?
I heard it, but I'm
there's a
searching
car on its side. Is it Cunliffe? No, it's not Cunliffe. It looked like
Steve
a blue
Hefford.
It's Steve Hefford. He's wedged onto the wall. Look.
That's Hefford's race.
He
might get free.
As the field continues to just come past. Go on, Steve.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it. It's worth watching just for a second. There we go. He's free.
There he goes. Good job. That is the worst thing that could ever happen to you, though, in iRacing, Adam. You get stuck on the wall, there's not much hope for you, usually. Oh, and I think I can hear more contact. I wonder if it's just drivers, Alex, having problems with the connection, and maybe...
Jamie Fluke, I think, you just saw him blinking out all over the place there, and I'm guessing there's some sort of lag contact going on with the walls, because that did sound pretty hefty.
Pretty horrific,
And I'm not seeing anything on the crash cam, nothing's being picked up, so I think just some fake hits there.
Working our way down through the chase for the first time. Job continues to lead. Sebastian Job is in second. Wojciech Svidric, in second. Shellback in third. Fluke fourth. Hunt fifth. Baker still in 6th, Cunliffe 7th, 8th Ben Palmer, 9th Kaiser, 10th is Rob Fagg, so pretty much they've stayed in exactly the same grid spots as they head through the final corner to complete lap number 1. Any other battles on the racetrack at the moment? Everyone being incredibly well behaved. It all looks single file as we head down towards the final corner. There's a few battles going on at the back.
Adam, you've covered more races than us at this circuit. What's the slipstream effect like in these Gear Optimas compared to some of the other tracks?
It is very good at this racetrack. I seem to have memories of cars just basically pulling out and going by down the straight, almost as if they had DRS underneath them. Just a change for position now. Who was that? Andrew Brown getting past Lee Berridge. So that's Brown into 25th place now. So many cars on this racetrack we had, and they're still coming across the line to complete their first lap now. At the same time, Sebastian Job going up to the cutting for the second time. We have 43 cars in this race, so the size of a NASCAR field. Wojciech Svidric, as always.
Oh, contact, Brown and Berridge. Brown
just
and Berridge at turn 2. And good avoidance from Sean Cole, because he was very nearly caught up in that. But it was Brown into Lee Berridge. And they both survived though, as Pete Newman's making a move on Cole here now.
Let's just have a quick look at that back on replay. We just flipped over just as the aftermath more than anything else. We're looking at Berridge at the moment in the he's just trying to go around the outside the Grip TV car there. Oh, and actually gets tagged sideways there. So
I think it was a racing incident.
Front wheel drive was able to save that continues. So have a bit of damage on there as well. Brown nerfed him a treat there, I think. We're back live as well, and I'm just hearing the splash screen still there. There's an incident, there's a car turned there. Who was that? That's Rail Fowler around. Absolutely buried in the wall. Let's have a quick look back on replay as well, see what that is. Coming down the mountain, it's waiting patiently, and that's the only thing with this track. You have to wait for all the traffic to come through. He's not around anybody at the moment. This might be an instant all on his own. Just having a little look. He's coming down the mountain
Yeah, it
now.
It's very unusual.
Oh, he just loses the back end. Look at that. Just comes around. Car's not going to be too badly damaged. He will be able to continue, but he's way down in 40th place now.
Brake balance issues, Alex? Or
Yeah, it could be. It's not easy, is it, coming down there? I don't think,
no, it's horrible.
You know, for anybody who's thinking, oh, this is, you know, look at these amateurs, or that. I mean, if you've ever drove the Kia, you'll know how loose the rear end is.
And that's
that coming down a hill at Bathurst as well just amplifies the issues in the car. So,
and just to put that into context, that's a two-time world champion doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's someone who knows their way around controlling a race car. Ray Alfala, but he'll be back.
Battle between Daniel Hunt and Jamie Fluke heading up to the cutting on lap number 3 now, heading up through the mountain section. So hard to overtake on this part of the racetrack. Daniel Hunt looked to the outside of Jamie Fluke heading down the long straight out of turn 1. Wasn't able to get through. However, as we can see now, Andrew, it's just so hard to overtake through this section. And now really you've got to use this mountain section to try and set the car up in front for a move down the long straight towards the chase.
Yeah, it really is single file, and you know, I think if you do have a chance to maybe try and save the tyres, maybe be a little smoother. Got to be smooth coming down this section, as smooth as you can at least. The brakes seem to have a precious little effect at some points. Alex, we've seen over the season that Savidovic has usually not got great starts, but then he's caught back up to Job later on in the races. Do you think it'll happen this time as well? Because Savidovic has had a bad lap.
I think there's every chance that could happen. Just seeing on camera now, Braden Cohen had some issues on this lap as well coming down the mountain. He's dropped himself down to 19th place. He was up in around sort of 16th, just around Andreas Katz before that incident, but that's set him way back. Juha Kalami having a battle with Paul Smith now as well as they head towards the chase.
Smith, a former winner here, of course, and as you know, it's a little running joke that we like to mention it all the time, but he is very good round here, so we'll see what he can do. Can he get past the Laser Tools car of Robert Graham?
Oh, he's into the pits.
No, he can't, 'cause he's in the pits. Must have a meatball flag for that damage.
Very harsh indeed for that damage. On my screen it looks like he's only just got a little bit of damage to the front left of the car. Don't know whether there's more, but yeah,
Unless he's cut the course somewhere.
Paul Smith having to come in for either an infringement or some damage.
The lead is up to 9/10, Anna. Sorry.
Yeah, side by side, it was in the slipstream. Ben Palmer was trying to get past Colin Cunniff. He's looking down the inside into turn 2. Cunniff gives him the space. Too much space, in fact. He's out really wide, and that's going to allow Ben Palmer through into what is now 7th place.
Yeah, fairly easy for the Stem Simex driver there, Alex.
Yeah, straightforward. I think actually Colin didn't want to cause any kind of real issue there, and gave him enough room just to make sure that was fairly straightforward overtake.
Oh, Graham into the wall. Graham into the wall at that tight hairpin just before it. Lost it under braking. Not sure which corner that is. I think it's turn. I think he lost it through turn 3, and then in turn 4 was where he hit the wall. And he's easy meat now, surely,
yeah,
for...
got some big time damage there.
That's Richard Gore, I believe. And Cohen's gone through as well.
Yeah, sorry, we couldn't catch that quickly enough on the camera there, but yeah, you can see the damage there. He's really struggling with the car now. Savidovic closing a little bit on Sebastian, I think, for the front. Obviously in the draft range, and obviously this is where the draft down this back straight really comes into play. Just have a look at the speed difference on screen at the moment. Nearly 5 kilometres an hour, maybe 4 kilometres an hour there, so that'll make a difference. Only half a second now, look at that, 0.3 of a second.
As well,
down that straight he's caught up, so going to be difficult for Joe to break the draft when that much lap time can be gained just by tucking up in that slipstream.
Very good
Alex,
lap.
Sorry, I was just going to say, shall we go on board? Adam, do you want to go through a lap of Bathurst with on board with Seb?
Yeah, okay, let's have a lap then of the Mount Panorama circuit with a Kia Optima. Sebastian Job at the wheel. Man seems to be in form at the moment. Here we go then, down the front straight into turn 1, and then we head down the long straight towards turn 3. Very fast part of the racetrack, and it's a fantastic straight really when you open it out of turn 1, known as Hell Corner. and heading down the mountain straight. It's the best feeling. Sebastian Job still leading, of course. Wojciech Svidovic quicker on that lap by 0.2 of a second. Now we head down towards turn 2, Griffin's Bend. Svidovic, of course, too far away to overtake. Hard on the brakes, turn right, and then the climb begins. This short straight then towards turn 3 and then turn 4, known as the cutting, where we've seen so many traffic jams in the V8 Supercar Series in the past, and 1 or 2 times in the BSRTC. Then we begin to climb even more.
We may see one tonight as well.
Yeah, through turn 5, turn 6, known as Quarry, Reed Park coming up, and not too far away we're about to enter McPhillamy Park. Down the hill, we've reached practically the summit now of Mount Panorama, through this flat out left-hander, just a lift off the accelerator through here, and then we're now approaching Skyline and the infamous S's here. So much contact in the past through here, right, left, right, hard on the brakes, and then down into what is known as the Dipper, left, right again, and then another left, right as we head towards Forest Elbow. Great laps by Svidovic and Job so far, as Sebastian Job takes a very inside line there. And
Job's
that's
very good down the mountain, sorry.
Yeah.
He looked very committed.
And then out of Forest Elbow, down the Conrod Straight, where we saw a huge incident in a V8 Supercar Support Series race just a few weeks ago. Svidovic, of course, will be in the slipstream, so we'll be able to try and close in on Sebastian Job. And then we head down to the most demanding parts of the racetrack, the cutting, flat out right-hander, and then just as you go through that, hard on the brakes. And in the past we've seen many Kia Optimas go straight on and races being decided through the chicane and then down towards Murray's Corner, which is the final corner. Svidovic, remember in season 6, tried to get a move done round the outside on the final lap, and it just didn't work out for him. We could see that in this race, who knows. We're just approaching half race distance. Here comes Sebastian Job across the line, and that lap time was a 2:13.2 compared to Wojciech Svidovic is 2:13.2 as well. So there you go, there's a lap around Bathurst.
We've just lost Lee Thompson, disconnection, unfortunately, so the Apex car, he was in contention for the top 10, so that might be pretty big. Alex, it's just amazing watching the commitment from those guys on that lap, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, completely. So, I mean, so close to the wall. I thought for a second there, I did hear Seb actually scraping the wall coming down the mountain. So, like you say, absolutely committed.
Oh, Baker's just over. Baker defending from Hunt. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were side by side.
Yeah, no margin for error there at all. I mean, yeah, that's what it takes to be quick around here, and these guys really are just leaving the field. Shellback now, what's that, 2.1 seconds further back from them, so just losing, what's that, about half a second a lap as well, so yeah, great pace from them too.
Adam, have you tried driving this car around here? I have, and it's excruciatingly difficult.
No, I haven't. From watching it on board just then on this lap, I don't think I particularly want to. Through the left-hander, David Baker in 5th place, Daniel Hunt in 6th. Through the S's, once again Shellback just starting to drop back now from Svidovic. Svidovic knows he has to do something. Any other battles further through the pack? Look at this train here. Jerome Kaiser, Daniel Kraft, Stelian Chepelevsky, anyone else in front of them. We've got Ben Palmer, who was battling away with Colin Cunniff earlier, heading through down towards Forest Elbow. Cunniff leading this pack around. Let's see the effects of the slipstream Rob Fagg gets then. Out of Forest Elbow, at the same time Kraft and Kaiser side by side. This is the battle for 10th and 11th. Kraft tucks back in to the back of the Engineers Direct car. Now we're going to see the slipstream in full effect here. Kaiser positioning his car in the middle of the racetrack. Which way is Kraft going to go? Is he going to try and move into the chase? That's going to be very brave. Just has a little look to the inside. I think Kraft is going to try and get a move down the inside.
Robert Fagg's gone through on Cunniff in the chase. Great move. And a wonderful pass from Eurochip Digital there on Friction Racing. And now Cunniff's going to be under pressure into Murray's Bend from Ben Palmer, and I don't think Palmer's going to say no to that invitation, Alex. Good stuff.
No. Palmer's already gone past Cunniff once, so Palmer must have had some issues that we didn't see on camera. So
he's not fully through.
Yeah, no, this pack's really closed back up again as well.
Into Hell Corner now, and Palmer's done it. And now Kaiser's going to have another run at Cunniff, and the Scotsman's getting shuffled back here, Adam.
Yeah, Cunniff losing 2 places. And now here comes Jerome Kaiser. Kaiser, who looked like he was having to defend from Daniel Kraft just a few corners ago. Now he's going to try and get down the inside of that Friction Racing car. Down the inside he goes.
Oh.
Very late on the brakes by Cunniff, but once again he's hung out to dry on the outside, and that could allow Daniel Kraft through.
think he'll be all right, though. I think he definitely has the inside line for turn 3, and then turn 4, as you mentioned, the cutting uphill, the tight hairpin bend, and he's done it. Chepelevsky though now side by side with Kraft, and this is where it can get messy, Alex. When people start getting out of line and slowed up, this is when accidents happen at Bathurst.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why we see the traffic jams like we saw last season as well. So, mind you, this group pretty much got back into single file pretty much straight away. They realised that there's just no point in trying anything here.
Just having a quick just looking at the chat, apparently Mike Mason's flipped his Kia Optima at some point, so I'll have to investigate that one. I'll go and have a little look, see if he's he's in the pits, so he should, once his tow's been completed, he should be back with us. But yeah, not a great thing to do. I mean, it's not even a hard thing to do on the mountain. There was roll the car, definitely.
Dan Hunt closing right in the back of Baker, just a tenth of a second between them at the moment, maybe looking for a move. Baker just defends the inside a little bit there. Hunt obviously gets a much better exit. Baker again defends through the right-hander. Great driving actually for him. He could have lost the place really easy there, but just sort of parked the car on the apex there just to fend Hunt off.
So it looked like Baker had gone in a bit too deep there into the chicane, but Daniel Hunt was not able to get past there whatsoever. Onto lap number 8 now of the race, just 2/3 distance.
Just had a little look at what happened to Mike Mason. He was at the top of the. It was right up next to Peter Brock's skyline that he ended up flipping the car, and he rolled all the way down the hill.
Someone just blew an engine. Just who is that? I think that's Whitehead. Yeah, Whitehead popped his engine. Race over for
At
Andrew.
least he's near the
Oh
pit
my
stop.
word.
Yeah, he might
Oh my
limp
god!
in.
Oh, sorry, 3 wide down the straight towards. Oh no, and it's all going out of control. Cunniff is off, back facing the rest of the pack, and somehow no one hits him. But yeah,
He's
3
going to
wide.
struggle to turn that around as well.
3 wide down the straight toward the mountain straight was never going to work. Kaiser poking his nose down the inside.
How's Cunniff going to get that round?
Just going to take a look at
They were all
tucked up behind by the Simpson X car there as well, weren't they? So,
Yeah.
it's very scrappy.
That's the other problem you've got on this track, isn't it, Adam? That when you do have an accident, it's a bit like Monaco. You can't really turn around particularly easily, can you?
And if you have an incident here, it's usually a big one as well. And
Colin's still out
that's
waiting
mine.
to turn around, you know. That's the crazy thing. That's it, all the cars have gone through now. I'm sure he'll try and move now. But we'll jump back live. We'll see if he's still in the same position.
He's in the pits.
He's in the pits.
Yeah, towed back. I think he
Towed
decided
back,
to give up on that. Svidovic getting pretty close now.
yeah, he is. And it must have been something on this lap because he was 0.2 of a second last time around, and we can see how important the slipstream is because look how close he is now.
Oh.
Is he going to try and move down the inside? Svidovic always comes strong in the final third of the race. Sebastian Job holds on for now though as we head through the chase. We're going to come round to start lap number 9.
He's not. This is the closest he's been since the start, Alex, and you do get the sense of the engine oil direct driver once again conserving the tyres slightly better than the young Englishman.
Yeah, I think you're right. He does have a knack of doing that. He's used the draft well, actually, I think. You know what I mean? He knows he doesn't have to push so much. He can use that and saved his tyres, and Seb's really had to sort of push it to try and stay in front. I think it's going to play to Svidovic's sort of hand a little bit here these last couple of laps. So it's not going to be easy to overtake here, though. When you get that close, you just can't see anything.
We might just put the theory to the test any second, Alex, because Svidovic pulling out at the slipstream.
Oh, I thought Katz was having a problem. No, Ben Palmer is having a problem, sorry, off camera. He's down to 15th place now. Pakalami just got by him looking at the timing sheet there as well, so issues for Palmer.
That puts Katz up to 14th. He's just behind Jamie Rushworth, so there's a couple of former champions battling there in the midfield, but now we've got a battle for the lead on our hands as Svidovic is right with Job now. He's almost scraping the paint off the back of that Apex Racing TV car, and now we have a true battle of 2 titans, the standout competitors, Adam, of this season's BSRTC is Job very close to the wall.
We've seen this now the last 2 race meetings. Job did not get a good run there through Skyline. Here we go to the S's. Svidovic just looking down the inside there, obviously no way through. But we saw this at Brands Hatch, we saw it at the race meeting before that, and possibly from the race meeting before that as well. Wojciech Savidovic and Sebastian Joe breaking away from the rest of them, almost like Casey Stoner and Valentino Rossi at that epic Laguna Seca race a few years ago. And now we head out of Forest Elbow, down Conrod Straight, down towards the chase. Not too long to go now in this race. Can Savidovic use the slipstream this time? It's just dropped back just a little bit on the exit of Forest Elbow there. Maybe Sebastian Jobe's just got a better run through the S's. But we're going to see now, Andrew, the slipstream as we head down towards the chase.
Yeah, and it's prevalent here as the slipstream as Savidovic gets very close on the braking. Arguably he's closer than he was on the last lap when he actually had a little look, but he gets a good run out of there, and he's going to see if he can unsettle Jobe into Murray's. It's not a bad place for a dive if you can do it, and he thinks better of it. Alex, Bathurst is one of those tracks that if you do have a car in your mirrors, it's very, very easy to make a mistake, and Savidovic knows that. He knows that if he can just try to unsettle Jobe, it's very easy to make a mistake coming down the mountain. Next thing you know, you're on your roof.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, one thing to remember though, these drivers have taken 30 race wins together this season, so
Wow.
that gives you an idea of how good both of them are. So it's going to take a lot to unsettle Seb, I'm
Here
sure,
comes
but
Savidovic.
he's going to have a go right now into turn 2. Just a little bit too far back. And the battle behind for the third place, I have to say, is really hotting up as well. At some point, we're going to have to focus our attention to that. Actually, I'll quickly jump that because that's done Hunt, I think, losing a place to David Baker. Baker up to 5th, or maybe just defending 5th there, sorry. But they've closed in on Jamie Fluke and Michael Shellback now as well. So, yeah, third place getting really interesting. And Andreas Katz was having a battle with Jamie Rushworth as well, just going through the same section of track right now, but couldn't quite manage to complete the move. They've got Pakalami just behind Katz as well, so right, yeah, lots of little individual gaggles going on out there right now.
Yeah, three laps to go, Mount Panorama, Adam.
Yeah, Season 3 and Season 4 champions there battling away. Jamie Rushworth 11th and Andreas Katz in 12th. Let's have a check back up at the front though. Savidovic still behind Sebastian Jobe. He just needs to try and stick with Sebastian Jobe through this part of the racetrack, and Jobe takes a much different line into Forest Elbow compared to Wojciech Savidovic, and maybe that's what allows Savidovic to get that great run out of Forest Elbow and down the Conrod straight towards the chase. Look how far behind he is now.
Jobe has so much more commitment through the initial part of the downhill section than Savidovic. He sort of hops the car from corner to corner, whereas Savidovic looking a little more conservative. Remember, there's still 2 laps to go after this one, and around Bathurst, Adam, that's quite a long way.
Yeah, just over about 5 minutes or so. 2 minutes 15 usually the lap time around here, but here he comes, Savidovic down towards the final corner.
Fluke and Shellback side by side as well. Sorry, just those guys didn't look like anything was going to happen for a moment, so switched the camera up, but Shellback manages to hold on, and Hunt's going to jump through as well. He takes Jamie Fluke there as well. Fluke was trying to put the move on Shellback for a moment there, and all of a sudden has to go to the defensive there. So
this is surely the chance for Savidovic, Alex.
Baker as well. Baker's through too, so all change for the battle just behind. But yeah, let's jump back to the lead battle.
Because this is the closest Savidovic has been at any point to Jobe, and actually still hasn't really got enough of a slipstream, enough of a run. And it's amazing, isn't it, that the wind must have changed slightly down that first straight, because Savidovic was tucked right in, unless he's carrying a bit more wing, which could be again, it's what you mentioned, Alex, last week. Could he be conserving the tyres a bit more with the extra downforce?
Very much so. I mean, it's just how settled you feel. I think through the mountain depends on how little downforce you want, because you do want a lot of straight line speed. This is a very, very quick track as well, so might explain why he's just a little bit slower over the top of the mountain.
Oh, Jobe a bit wide through McPhillamy Park. Adam, it's getting tense now, isn't it, for the two men who will almost certainly, don't want to count anybody else out, but these two will be the main protagonists of the showdown, surely.
Yeah, surely this is going to come right down to the wire when it comes to Daytona at the end of the season. These two are just pulled away from the rest, and they seem to be in a class of one at the moment. Oh! Sebastian Jobe so close to that wall, that concrete wall on the exit.
This is going to be it now.
Yeah, Savidovic is as close as he's ever been.
The only problem with getting a run down the Conrod Straight is you've got to come to the chase. It's one of the fastest corners in all motorsport, and now Savidovic decides that it's not time to be sat behind Sebastian Jobe. It's time to go through And Job,
Runs
with
back
all
down the inside, go on.
skill in the world, into the chicane, he's desperately trying to hang on to the lead.
And he's
clawing with his fingernails to hang on to this. But Savinovic is through.
Well, that's a fantastic move from Wojciech Savinovic down the inside in the chase, and Job did not want to give it up, did he?
Ooh.
But now it's going to be Sebastian Job on the offensive. I don't think we've seen it yet this season. In all the races where these two have been battling, Sebastian Job has been able to usually be in the lead after the battle. So now we're going to see on the final lap of the race, Sebastian Job try and re-overtake Wojciech Savinovic as we head down the mountain straight.
Alex, is not often that an overtaking move set up through the whole duration of the race, but that's what that was. But can he keep it?
Yeah, exactly. It's all going to depend on how committed Savinovic can be. Of course, Seb hasn't followed anyone down the
there's not enough room, Seb.
Down the mountain there, and it's going to be difficult for him. He's going to have to learn that in one lap as well. So close to the wall. He definitely wants to get by as quickly as possible.
Did you see how clever Savinovic was, though? He placed his car right in the middle of the road, knowing there wasn't space for a full-size Kia Optima on either side.
Here we go then. This is where Rushworth and Familiares, where that battle ended on the final lap of Bathurst.
Savinovic, sorry, Adam, wide over the top of the hill, and he very nearly stacked into the wall.
Almost like Rushworth did back in season 5, through the left-hander and down and up towards McPhillamy Park. Final lap of the race. Job looking this way and that. He always gets a great run on the mountain section. Now down towards the S's. Savinovic just pulls just a tiny little bit in front. Now right, left. Through the S's, Savinovic still holding on though, but it's all going to be about that run out of Forest Elbow. Look how close Job is.
Yeah, this is the part of the track where Job's the quickest, Alex, and he's going to have to set him up here.
He's as close as he's going to be.
He hit to the wall!
It must have brushed off some speed, but he might be able to use the slipstream to get back, but I think it's just a little bit too far away. Savinovic moving across to disturb the slipstream.
He's got half a chance, but Savinovic is going to really have to block him. He's definitely close enough, but it's single file through the chase normally.
Here he comes, down to
Savinovic is going to have to go inside! And he's off! And Job's punted Savinovic into the wall!
Wow.
My goodness me.
Sebastian's waiting for him, I think. If he can get back on, he's going to give him the place back. There you go.
Wow.
That's a great drive in there from.
Are these two going to survive in first and second?
Is it a meatball flag for Savinovic? Is Savinovic okay? But he's going to come.
Be all right.
He's going to come across and take his 17th win of the season in dramatic fashion.
Full right-hand lock as he comes over the line. Savinovic wins from Job, and in the end, Daniel Hunt was only half a second behind. And that was just like Laguna Seca all over again.
That's brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. I mean, Seb had to go for everything there, but many a driver, as we've said, there's been a couple this season who have actually done that and waited, but not many. Many will just carry on and go on straight through. Seb, he might have had a chance in the last corner there, but in the end, he decided he'll wait for his fellow competitor there. That's great sportsmanship there.
There wasn't a lot of room there, was there, to try and make that move, and Savinovic was gradually moving over. It was one of those incidents, wasn't it, that you think, but yeah, Job, he got away with that in many ways because he could have been off as well.
Well, Savinovic was already covering the inside line, I think. I'm just going to look back at it now. But yeah, let's not forget Daniel Hunt and Schellbach, and they were just a little bit closer. It would have been them taking victories for GTM Mega. It would have been a GTM Mega 1-2 probably. But yeah, Daniel Hunt 3rd place, overtaking Schellbach, I think, on the final lap. David Baker in 5th, Jamie Fluke 6th, Rob Fag 7th, Daniel Kraft in 8th, Selin Chepelevsky in 9th, and a top 10 for Juha Pekalami. He started just a few rounds ago, and now he seems to be cracking inside the top 10. 11th, Ben Palmer. 12th on his return to the championship is Andreas Katz. 13th, it is Jamie Rushworth. 14th, Laura Bond. 15th, Braden Cohen. 16th, Richard Gore. 17th, Pete Newman. 18th, Dan Blake. 19th, Kip Stevens. And in 20th, it is Steve Walker. 21st, Steve Richardson. 22nd, Alex Smolensky. 23rd, Stephen Burke. 24th, Mark Johnston. 25th, Andrew Brown. And then 26th, it is Paul Smith. After pitting, in fact. Put 27th, it is Jake Blackhall. 28th is Julian Janowski. 29th, it is Jesper Drilica. And then 30th, it is Rob Plumley. 31st, it is John Roberts. 32nd, Jay Wright. 33rd, Lee Berridge. 34th, Scott Malcolm. 35th, Robert Graham. 36th, Andrew Whitehead. 37th, Lee Thompson. And then the car's 1 lap down or more. 38th, Mike Mason. 39th, Jerome Kaiser. 40th, Sean Cole. 41st, Colin Cunniff. 42nd, Ray Alfala. And then 43rd at the very back, it is Steve Pefford. But the main talking point, Andrew, on lap number 12, down towards the chicane. I'm just watching it back. Oh, there's...
The final lap. Alex, can we have a look at that? I want to get your view on that as well.
Let's see if we can get it back.
Just watching it in slow motion now.
Sorry, our overlay pack died as well, literally, just as we come around the final. So, just
he's moving.
From that angle. I mean, like I say, we're waiting until we get the replay up there, but the gap was closing quite rapidly in the end, I think.
Right, one more, and we should be there. Okay, so. I'm sure we're going to get the right angle. Yeah, I tell you what, we got it from a great angle there. He just nerfed him a little bit. And Svidović's car reacted as if it got absolutely pile drived from behind, which was a bit random to say the least. But
had he hit the brakes? Was he on the brakes at that point? He was, so maybe that was why.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe the back went lighter because he was on the brakes.
But yeah, no hesitation from Joe. I mean, he made the mistake. He realised he made the mistake straight away and just checked straight up. No second doubt about what he was going to do.
That was 260 kilometres an hour that nudge took place, and you can see why big accidents happen at this track. I mean, that one, Adam, the one you spoke about earlier, I've forgotten the gentleman's name. He's recovering in hospital, thankfully, now, and he seems to have escaped, well, I'll say relatively unscathed. That was possibly the worst crash I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was pretty frightening.
It's up there with the top 3 or 4 really bad ones, and
it brought back memories of IndyCar crash from about 1999 at Fontana. I can't remember the name.
Greg Moore.
Craig Moore. Unfortunately, he didn't walk away from that. But yeah,
it shows how these cars are built these days, though, doesn't it? It was a Mercedes, I believe this, wasn't it? And a touring car, and yeah, I mean. That's the danger, Alex, though, isn't it? Bathurst is such a high-speed track, and the walls are fairly close. It's similar to Watkins Glen.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, the walls are closer, to be honest. It's very dangerous. That's all you can say about it. Through the mountain complex, the only other track that comes close to the walls being as close as that is Monaco, and they're probably doing half the speed at Monaco.
Yeah.
Moving on from race 1 then, we've got to get the grid sorted out for race 2. As always, cars 15 down to 26. Breda Cohen, Richard Gore, Pete Newman, Dan Blake, Kip Stevens, Steve Walker, Steve Richardson, Alex Smolenski, Stephen Burke, Mark Johnston, Andrew Brown and Paul Smith are the cars eligible. So Paul Smith, he could take another win if he gets a full 26 cars reversed. So let's find out who's going to be on pole for the second race, Alex.
Here we go, Wheel of Fortune time once again. Where will we end up? What are we expecting? A small one? A massive one? What would be the worst case scenario here? What would be the best for us from a pure viewer's point of view? What do we want to see?
I have no idea. Reverse them all. I don't care.
Here we go then.
I think 26.
Do it.
It's going to be quite a small one. It could be 20th, could be 15th. Will it make 15th? Oh, 15th. I didn't think it. I thought it was going to get stuck in the middle for a minute.
Well, this just makes it. This makes it now.
No, I don't think so.
Braden Cohen goes on to pole position.
But this has got a mouth-watering race 2 written all over it. Second place, Laura Bond. Third place, Jamie Rushworth. Andreas Katz with a point to prove. He's back in the championship. Is in 4th place. Then we've got Ben Palmer 5th, Ewa Pekalami 6th, Selin Chepelewski 7th, Daniel Kraft 8th, Rob Fag 9th, Jamie Fluke 10th. But then only 5 places back after that, we've got Sebastian Job and Wojciech Svidović. So they're going to be right in the mix here. Svidović, he took his 17th win in race 1 just a few moments ago. He could possibly even get a number 18. But Sebastian Job, he's going to have to try and get past him once again in race 2.
Oh, I tell you what, the first race was fantastic, and I think we're going to get a great second race. We've got some champions at the front, Alex with Rushworth and Katz. We've got Laura up there. She went really well in the last time we were here. Braden Cohen bit of a slightly unknown quantity in the front row, so should be fantastic.
Yeah, this is going to be a great second race, actually. And I think, from a point of view where we want to keep the racing close and as safe and as clean as possible, probably a small reverse grid for this second race is the right way to go. Temperatures normally heat up a lot, don't they, in the second race, ready for the third one, so they should keep them a little bit more settled ready for a nice big reverse grid for the third race.
One thing that we might might improve the safety of race 3 this time, Adam, is it's not the championship finale. It's actually still got about 6-7 races left.
Yeah, and once the championship being settled, I don't think the drivers were too serious in that third and final race, were they? And it didn't help we had overcast conditions as well. I can't tell you what the weather forecast is for the races 2 and 3, but I think if overcast weather is used, then expect a few traffic jams up at the cutting.
Yeah, indeed, and expect the safety car to come out, but I hope not, because that first race was free of safety cars. It was free of, there was one slight pile up in the first corner, but apart from that, I think that's one of the best races we've had in a long time. So, that was round 80. Join us for round 81 of the season. Just after this break, we're on Apex Racing TV, Motors TV, and iRacing Live tonight. We'll see you for the next one. It should be great.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it into 4. Who's going to be into stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
After the drama of race 1, we are here for race 2 of the BSRTC evening from Bathurst in Australia for the Engine All Direct Touring Car Championship and the race for $10,000. Andrew Woodhouse along with Adam Bath and Alex Simpson. Alex, I bring you in again. It was a truly brilliant race, that first one, and an epic finish.
That was a great race, actually. That was throughout. I mean, we couldn't cover some of the battles that were going on. There was huge packs, and yeah, we just really sort of focused towards the sort of top 15 cars really there. But there was battles throughout as well. Looking at the timing sheet, people were putting moves on here, there, and everywhere. Just need more camera shots. I think more camera people just to focus on everything that was going off. And I dare say this race is going to be exactly the same.
Adam, it was a very clean and well contested race in the first one. What do you think is going to happen in terms of race 2? We've got quite a small reverse grid and the same conditions roughly, so should be similar?
Well, I think no, the reverse grid's going to spice it up even more than the first race. We've got 15 cars reversed, and that means that Savidovic and Job, they're going to be that much, just a little bit closer to the front of the pack, and that means that it's not going to take long for them to get inside the top 10 and possibly even by the end inside the top 5. It's very hard to break away. We saw that Savidovic and Job were the only two cars that could really break away from the rest of the pack. We'll run you through the starting grid then. We've got 4 minutes to go until the race starts. 15 cars reversed, and on pole position for race 2 it is Braden Cohen. That's his first pole position in the BSRTC. Second is Laura Bond, still in search of that podium, and who knows, possibly even a race 2 win. Jamie Rushworth is in third with Andreas Katz in fourth, Ben Palmer in fifth, Juha Pekalami in sixth, Stelian Chapelewski seventh, Daniel Kraft 8th, Rob Fag 9th, and Jamie Fluke in 10th. 11th it is David Baker, 12th Michael Shelbach, 13th Daniel Hunt, 14th Sebastian Job, and then 15th our race 1 winner Wojciech Savidovic, and 16th Richard Gore, 17th Pete Newman, 18th Dan Blake, 19th Kip Stevens, and in 20th it is Steve Walker. 21st it is Steve Richardson, 22nd Alex Smolensky, Stephen Burke in 3rd, Mark Johnston 4th, Andrew Brown in 5th. 25th, 26th it is Paul Smith, 27th Jake Blackhall, 28th Julian Janowski, 29th Chesper Adrelica, and then 30th Robert Plumley, 31st it is John Roberts, 32nd Jay Wright, 33rd Lee Berridge, 34th it is Scott Malcolm, 35th Robert Graham, 36th Andrew Whitehead, 37th Lee Thompson, 38th Mike Mason, 39th Sharon Kaiser, 40th Sean Cole, 41st Colin Cunniff, 42nd Ray Alfala, and then 43rd it is Steve Hefford.
There you go, it gets easier every week, doesn't it? As, Alex, we've got a few champions at the front. Should be quite interesting seeing what they can do.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a massive job for some of the guys further back to try and get through and get up and get past these guys. We've seen how difficult it was to overtake, and they're certainly capable of pushing the pace at the front. So I'm not sure who's going to take this. I mean, any of those first sort of 5-6 drivers can certainly run at the front the whole race. I definitely want to see Laura do well. I just remember last season, so close, but yet so far here to that podium. Let's hope that her teammate Jamie can try and help her out a little bit today.
Andreas Katz hasn't won a race since race 3 at Summit Point, and that was all the way back in July.
Feels like it was a long time ago, doesn't it? Yeah.
Back before we even started on Motors TV. That's how long ago it was. And yeah, and after that he's only been on the podium once, twice, and that is it, twice. He's only been on the podium twice since then, and they were at Lime Rock Park the following race meeting and at Spa.
I was going to say that. Sorry, when you were saying about how quickly that the guys could get up towards the front, Job and Savidovic, meaning they still have to survive the first lap.
Yeah.
And survive the people behind them, which isn't going to be particularly easy. It's not always as easy as it sounds here, anyway.
No, it's. I mean, the first lap with the reverse grid. I mean, we are fortunate it's only 15. I think it shouldn't be too bad at all. Yeah, anything can happen, can't it? So I'll probably just. Well, we're probably going to see the biggest almighty crash now that I've said that ever. So cars flying everywhere.
Job's normally terrific on the first lap, isn't he? In the first couple of laps of getting through the field, but This is such a tricky track to overtake on.
Well, we saw
you may only get 1 car or 2 cars on the lap one.
Well, we saw at Brands Hatch, after he took that race 1 victory, in fighting his way back through the pack, and he was so desperate to get that streak continuing. Was Ben Palmer and Stephen Burke have their moment. He was so desperate to get the positions back that he ended up colliding with David Baker. I don't think he'll be going through the pack with such urgency this time, but we've seen so far that he is fantastic at working his way through the pack. Look at him taking those 3 races in 1 race meeting at Suzuka.
I will try not to bungle the start this time either. That'd be good for all of us, I think. I've realised there's 2 grid spacings, isn't there, between every car?
Yeah, the V8 supercar staggered grid. Yeah,
and because I was looking at the actual grid hatchings on the floor and thinking that's where they were supposed to be. So I will sort that out this time. So Braden Cohen gets his Grip TV car onto the front row with Laura Bond, and then it's Rushworth and Katz, Palmer and Lamy, Chepelevsky and Kraft, Fag and Fluke, Baker and Shellback, Hunt and Job, Savidovic and Gore. The revs are rising.
Just one.
Just
Here
one.
we go.
The revs
Here
are
we
rising
go.
now. The red light's on at Bathurst. And the green light is on, and it's a good start from Cohen. It's not a good start from Bond. It is a good one from Rushworth as well, so he might get his New Homes digital car into second place already, but no, Bond sweeps around the outside and now can attack Cohen up the hill.
Everyone working their way through the first corner without incident, no cars around at all. Everyone's done a fantastic job. All 43 cars. Here comes though Laura Bond side by side with Braden Cohen already. It's Grip TV versus New Homes Digital. Down towards turn 2. Round the outside, is she going to be brave? Jamie Rushworth, her teammates, trying to look down the outside, down the inside of her, but they all source each other out. They're still going to be side by side as they head up to the cutting though.
Yep, and Cohen continues to lead. He's done a good job through the first few corners.
Katz down the inside.
Bond cuts across Katz. I think Katz scraped the wall through the cutting and it's just stalled his momentum slightly. Rushworth having a little peak, but he himself now under pressure from Palmer. Alex, is it all clean at the back?
Yeah, I think so. Just switching to crash cam actually, just to see if we can catch anything. But everybody looks like they're going. Well, that said, Andrew Whitehead seems to be going very slow, as does
He hasn't blown his engine again, has he?
Steve Walker. Steve Walker's around as well. He's just at the top of the mountain there. And here comes a car. He just about gets half a 3-point turn. Oh, this could not be good. Oh, somehow they managed to avoid each other. Just getting a little bit excited there.
Great start from Braden Cohen. He's away and he's leading by 1.5 seconds already.
Yeah, Laura Bond is not holding up the rest of the pack, but yeah, Braden Cohen, fantastic round the mountain section. Andreas Katz, from what I could tell in race 1, he wasn't racing with a setup suited to this racetrack. I wonder if he's got one for race 2. We're heading down the straight, down towards the chase.
I'm just watching the stream as well. I love this to think the STEM Sim-X car just turning back onto the road.
It was
Not
like
the best place.
Yeah, it was like do a 3-point turn, please, but just avoid the cars that are racing on the circuit at the same time.
Which position has Job got himself into? Is he still 14th?
He's 11th.
11th, so he has been 3 places. As Juha Pekalami has a little look on Daniel Kraft there.
First
to the
lap
final
already.
corner. So Cohen leads by 1.3, Adam.
Yeah, first lap already in the book. Side by side there. Is that Sebastian Job moving up another place? Down the inside, he has a little bit of contact there with the 49 of Jamie Fluke. That's Sebastian Job through now into 10th position. Will Fluke try and get the position back there side by side down the straight? Well, I think he might be about to be overtaken by David Baker here in the Simpson racing car, and Michael Schauback, who's behind him as well. So Savidovic hasn't been working his way through at the same rate.
Oh, I thought he was.
Yeah, he's gonna
He
go.
was looking at the middle of that sandwich for just a second.
Yeah,
Decided it wasn't tasty enough to go for it.
Just going to say that Savidovic hasn't been working his way through at the same rate as Sebastian Job. Side by side, still Schauback and Fluke.
Yeah, that's good from Michael Schellback that time.
Well, it's going to be contact there, but working their way up in the mountain section, still
Fluke.
side by side.
Yeah, Fluke's got a good run. It's not easy to go too wide through this section. Fluke's got some damage, and he decides that he's not going to risk it. So Michael Schellback up into Alex. Can you help me out with that? Oh, big crash. Who's that?
Daniel Kraft.
Dan Kraft is off. Oh, and now Fluke is into. Schellback is round.
Job's
Job's
around.
off.
They're all crashing as well behind. We haven't
Top
got
of
a
the
blocked
mountain.
track. We're okay. Everyone's sort of managed to get themselves out of the way, but oh, that was pretty major. Dan Hunt's out of there by the looks of it. Jay Wright as well, retired to the pit. Steve Hefford's there. Andrew Brown's got some serious damage.
What was the cause of that?
Well, Daniel Craft, I think he hit the inside wall going through McPhillamy Park, and then
He just slowed down, didn't he? And did Shellback have nowhere to go?
no,
really?
there was contact. There was contact between Daniel Craft and who was it? Daniel Craft and Rob Fagg. I'm just
watching it now. I'll tell you what, Craft sticking his nose in the inside,
Katz is off!
top of the mountain
Katz is off
there.
and he's over the chicane. Sorry, Alex.
We'll jump back
He's
to
hit
it.
the wall as well.
Oh no.
We'll jump back to Katz in a second. We'll just watch that. But
Sorry,
yeah, I have to say, Craft.
What's he doing sticking his nose down there?
Yeah, it caused absolute mayhem behind. Wow. I wonder if the stewards will look at that, because that's probably affected 7 or 8 drivers. Let's take a quick look. We're still on replay at the moment, and we'll just see what happens to Katz. Where was this incident, Andrew, with Katz?
Down at the last chicane.
Okay, we're
Chicane
almost.
after the chase.
Yeah, we're almost there right now. We're just on that straightaway. He's closing in on the New Homes digital car, just ahead of him. To see what happens. Oh, he just lost it, didn't he? Under braking there onto the grass, and then cuts through the chicane into the wall. We can't get the car stopped. He's just in the pits right now.
And he's out.
Right, let's get back to live. But that just goes to show one driver making a tiny, perhaps rash decision.
Yep.
Top of the mountain. You know, I'm looking at 8 cars involved in that, and there's a lot of drivers there's probably more, like 10. There's a lot of drivers still trundling round who have got damage as well. So,
That's the first
major
mistake. That's the first real mistake we've seen in 1.5 races worth of action. And that's what that's caused, you know. That's it's very, very clean meeting so far. Not really anything to write home about in terms of accidents. And it just takes that one error of judgment, and that's where it goes. On a track like this, we saw it, you know, the real Bathurst. I can hear some contact somewhere. I'm not even sure what that was.
It's around by Palmer. I think it was just grazing.
Did Laura
perhaps
stuck in the wall somewhere?
I might have been Stellion actually, just behind Ben, I think. So I didn't quite see it, but just it heard like it was from behind Palmer when we were on board there. As Palmer's ducking out of the slipstream on Rushworth here. Oh, Rushworth moves over to the middle of the track at the same time as Palmer's trying to do the same. Palmer has to get out of it, but he's late on the brakes. Can't quite get it in there.
Chepelevsky
around the outside.
That is a fantastic move.
Yeah, that's great. We were on board with Ben there, waiting for him to try the move on Rushworth, and we just see the GT Omega car just slip around the outside there. Great move.
We saw how that ended.
No, Rushworth wide, and here comes Chepelevsky. And for Andreas Katz, I think I don't know whether we jinxed him by listing all those stats, and now Palmer's going to try and get past Rushworth as well. Can't get it done, so Rushworth has only lost a place as a result of that mistake in the final corner. Savinovic has been working his way through the pack as well now. Once again, he's going to benefit from the misfortune of Sebastian Job, just like in race 2 and race 3 at Brands Hatch. He's now behind David Baker, currently in 7th place.
Now, this is the interesting thing. Job is in 29th place now after being in the pits for repairs. He's about 12 seconds, well, he was about 12 seconds behind Andrew Brown, and now he's about 4 seconds behind. So I think some of those guys have still got some damage. And now Daniel Crash dropping down the order as well. I think the scoring hasn't refreshed, does it?
Well,
so I think Job's going to get himself almost certainly into the reverse grid positions again by the end.
History could be repeating itself. We saw this at Brands Hatch. Got pole position in the reverse grid for race 3 at Brands Hatch, and he should have really won race 3 if it wasn't for a bit of dodgy internet. So and who was it that took the race victory after that? Was it Savinovic? Yes, it was. So
I've got to say how great a job Braden Cohen's doing. I mean, fantastic, really, considering very new to the series, really.
3.1 second lead as well from Bond in second. Rushworth Yeah, well, Chepelevsky it is now, isn't it? Sorry, you're right. The timing screen just being a little bit delayed in updating everything there.
It's just wondering,
Cheppy's getting on with it now that he's past Rushworth, definitely.
do we have a stat for the last privateer to win a race victory? Could it be Andrew Woodhouse at Montreal back in season 7?
Martin van Loozenhout, possibly.
Was Martin?
Yes.
Yeah, it was Martin.
Well, it's not the first. We've had
Thanks,
plenty.
anyway.
Yeah, we've had plenty of privateers winning the BSRTC. I think Stefano Giuriali at
Giuriali was brilliant.
Road America. He was really on form at Road
who's
America.
that? Rushworth off. Rushworth.
Oh, yeah.
And loses some places. No, he just lost a place. Sorry,
he just outrates himself.
to Ben Parmach. Svidovic up
is
to
through past
6th
Baker.
place. You know, look at that. So
Just overtaken Baker.
Yeah.
a lot of marbles
That's
starting
not
to
easy.
form on the outside of corners as well. That's going to make overtaking just a little bit harder as well.
Chepelevsky having a little look on Bond into turn 1.
Shellbeck
And,
as well. Shellbeck having a little move here as well. Oh, that's close. Very, very close as well with the laser tool car of Robert Graham there. But there, as they were. Let's have a quick look at this Laura Bond and Chepelevsky battle.
Really
Come
good
on,
defence.
Laura.
Really good defence from Robert Graham there as well. A good little battle coming as well, Alex. With for 13th on backwards to that is Julian Janowski, Jesper Drelitska, Kip Stevens, Joabek Alami, Paul Smith, Robert Plumley, your own Kaiser. Sorry, Plumley, and then Kaiser's a bit further back, but Smith who didn't have a very good first race, having a little go on trying to get past Lamy.
Let's just take a look at that little pack right now.
Bond's pulled away again from Chepelevsky, so Chepelevsky got the
Oh,
draft.
who was that going wide there? That was Lamy there, just going a little bit wide.
He needs to be careful up there.
Yeah, he avoids any contact with the wall, so he survives. But he doesn't lose any places as well. So, and that's he's now putting the pressure on Kip Stevens. He's in. He's very aggressive on the mountain there. I thought that was going to be a run into the wall. Kip just not quite as quick over the top of this mountain as he wants. So just wants to get the move done. It's putting him under a lot of pressure. You have to think he's looks like he's got the pace to get a move done. Just needs to stay with him through this downhill section.
There is the old saying that if you want to finish first, you have to be Finnish. And Lamy is not first at the moment, but he's definitely trying his best. As Kip Stevens then is quite a difficult roadblock to overcome, Adam, sometimes.
Yeah, Lamy looking down the inside, going into Forest Albert. I felt for sure that was going to be contact.
He's going to go into the chase. This is brave.
Kip's got a showdown place to defend, remember, look at that, there you
go. Yeah.
He needs those points.
And
Can't afford to
Janowski
drop
side
out
by
of that
side
top
with
10.
And Drelitska and Janowski then going for it as well at the chicane. So Lamy up to 15th place.
Janowski's going to be under pressure from Jesper Drilica down towards the final corner.
What happened
outside.
Sorry, Adam, what happened to Lamy off the start? Because he was 6th on the grid.
Yeah, I don't know how. Maybe he got caught up in the incident with Dan Kraft. I don't know whether he had to take evasive action or something.
Possibly had to slow down quite a bit. Maybe cut the course as a result. It's now then. Janowski turned. Man.
They all avoided.
That was
fantastic.
That was always going to happen, wasn't it?
That was lucky there, I tell you. That could have been a big one with all those cars so close. But Julian just he's going to rejoin the track just ahead of Michael Shellback. Yeah.
So just a 2-car crash. That was pretty fortunate, really.
Chepelevsky is
through.
I
don't think he'll be able to get that back. I don't think he should maybe try to get. Well, maybe it looks like it's. Whoa. Okay, I was going to say it's still driving straight, but I guess not. He needs to park that, and he has.
Yeah, Sterling up into second. When was that move? Was that just this lap, Adam?
I think I'll rewind back.
We'll stay live with the action here, just while you have a quick look.
It was out of turn 1, down the mountain straight into turn 2, in the slipstream, pulls out down the inside.
Sorry, Palmer just tagging the wall there as well. Palmer getting close to Bond. Laura, she needs to try and stick in the slipstream of Stellion if she can. Try and use that as a defence to maintain this third place. She's got 7 laps, 6.5 laps to do it.
Laura's done many races in this series, and you're wondering why we're rooting so much for her. Is that every time the podium finish or the win seems to be in her grasp, something happens to deny her. So we want desperately for her to finish on the podium here at Bathurst. And what a track to do it, Alex, to get your first podium. You couldn't have picked a harder track if she does manage to do it.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. This is what happened last season, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah.
It was there. Was it last lap or the second from last lap?
It was about
snatched
somewhere.
away.
She rolled it down the mountain, if I remember.
Yeah, it was.
So-
Did it in style, I suppose. So.
And then earlier in the season, wasn't she on for a race victory? But then her teammate and Simon Fields went through a huge
There
incident
was
at
Silverstone
Virginia.
as well, where her and Laidler got into a battle on the last corner. So there's been a few times. There's a running history with this, guys. For those who are just tuning in to us for the first time.
Oh, sorry guys, Smolenski and Pete Newman side by side. Newman actually concedes the place there, just going
won
into
both.
turn 2.
Both these men have the points to think about, Alex, don't they? Because Smolenski, I think, is 5th, and Newman is 10th, I think.
Well, Newman's
So
actually,
Newman's 12th.
Yeah, Newman's the wild card, isn't he, at the moment? So he'll just be trying to see if he can break into that top 10. I mean, right now he's gaining
Smolenski's
on
7th.
he's gaining on points on Kip Stevens, isn't he? So he want to try and get in, so he has those bonus points actually count. Of course, if you go in as a wild card, your bonus points for any podiums or race wins that you get won't count. So everybody wants those extra sort of 30, 40, 50 points or so to start the season. It's
Great
come
battle.
down to that.
Great battle here, mate, for 14th. Stevens, Smith, Gulitska, Kaiser, Plumley, Roberts, within about 3 seconds of each other. This is a gaggle, Adam.
Yeah, we've got plenty of goggles on the racetrack here. Yeah, going through the dipper, left-right section, and the New Homes digital car leading them all round. Quickly check back up at 4th position. Savidovic side by side with Palmer. The Engine Oils Direct car is past the Simpson racing car and is now up another position, up into 4th place. Next on his hit list is Laura Bond in 3rd. So she's going to have to defend from Savidovic. She wants that podium. We're just about to start lap number 8.
Or will she attack Stelian Chepelevsky, because she's only about a quarter of a second behind him? So I wonder if that might be the best strategy for Laura, is to attack rather than defend. Chepelevsky, of course, in 8th place in the championship. He needs those points for the showdown. Just checking on Lee Thompson, Alex, as well. He had disconnection in race 1. Looks like he's been involved in something in race 2 as well, because he's in 32nd place. He will score, so that's important, but it's not really where he wants to be this close to the showdown round.
No, not at all. And I know he's had a busy week as well and hasn't done much practice around here, so it's it's a problem.
And he's behind it's Robert Fagg down there as well. So Fagg must have got involved in that Daniel Kraft melee. And Kraft actually is up in 24th place ahead of all those people.
Yeah, Fagg was the car that Daniel Kraft was lunging down the inside of. So
Job is now 28th, Adam, as well.
2 places away from a
7
reverse grid
seconds
spot.
behind Steve Walker, though, and 12 seconds behind Steve Richardson. It's possible, but I wouldn't like to say it, but it is possible. Someone else drops out, Job could be there. And, it's one of those interesting things about this series, that the reverse grid can come into play in the most unexpected fashion.
Well, maybe he could expect these 2 positions to come from this battle for 14th that you were talking about earlier. Kip Stevens leading this pack around. Then it's Paul Smith. Then it is Jess Madronica, Jerome Kaiser and Rob Plumley. They're all heading down through the section of the racetrack where Daniel Kraft decided to lunge down the inside of Rob Fagg. Now through McPhillamby Park and to Skyline and the S's. Drilica looking very racy here, trying to get past Paul Smith. See if anything comes of it through the S's section where you'd expect him to be single file.
Out of control a little bit coming down the hill. I think he survived it. Sorry, Adam.
That's alright. Heading down towards Forest Elbow. Drilica just blinking a little bit there, just disturbing Paul Smith, probably distracting him just a little bit. Now through Forest Elbow and down Conrod Straight. See what the slipstream's going to be like.
Yeah, the New Homes digital car ahead of Paul Smith. Couple of league admins here. Alex, it can only end in tears then.
Yeah, exactly. Going to make the protest interesting for sure after the race.
Smith's going down the inside.
Great run. Look at the speed. Kip just gives the place up.
Yeah, he's got a showdown to think about. Paul Smith's got the AM showdown to think about as well.
Yeah, ahead of him now is Richard Gore, who's one of his AM rivals as well. Gore making a run in for that AM title very late on in the season.
And one thing we haven't mentioned, Alex, is that Laura Bond dropped out of the showdown for the AM category in the last race. She's by 6 points. So if anything, she needs the finish in the top 5 more than the elusive podium.
Wow, yeah, I'm still showing, I'm just looking at the points very quickly, I'm still showing her as in there, so I'm not sure quite what's going on there. Maybe it's due to a tie on the wins or something like that. Yeah, maybe it's just not updating correctly.
Savinovic now trying to get past Laura Bond.
Did Savinovic hit the wall, Adam?
I don't know, hasn't looked like he hit it recently.
Or was it the Laser Tools car in front of this group that hit the wall?
I think it might have been, yeah. He's a lap down, is Scott Malcolm.
Just seeing how Cohen's doing as well. He's doing very well, in fact. 5 seconds is his advantage, so no drama for Braden at the minute, the American, so see what he can do. As Chepelevsky's quite slow down the hill here, Adam. It could play into Bond's hands.
Yeah, they're all closing up here. Laura Bond could have a shot at trying to get past Chepelevsky on the exit of Forest Elbow, but she has got Savinovic
I think
right
that's
behind
the best.
her.
Sorry, I think that's the best chance for her to get the podium, because I think it's easier. It'll be easier to pass Cheppy. I mean, Cheppy's not easy to pass, but I think it'll be relatively easier than trying to defend from Wojciech.
Chepelevsky will also get the slipstream off Scott Malcolm as they head down Corridor Straight.
Savinovic.
Yep. Laura Bond is going to try and maintain the outside. Is she going to be late on the brakes and try and hold on to the third place?
He's got control. Oh!
Somehow he saved that. I have no idea how he did that. That was majorly out of control.
That was unbelievable. That reminded me of when was it Raikkonen, Adam, at Monaco? He crashed coming over the crest into the tunnel, into the chicane. Sorry.
Oh, Coulthard and Perez, they've all done it as well. Oh yeah, hitting the back of Sutton in 2008.
Yeah, he weaved from side to side to side.
Yeah, wow. I thought he was going to clatter into the back of Chepelevsky or something, but if he was in the grass, which was about 2 centimetres to the left, he would have been one way trip to the gravel, I think. But somehow he survives, and it's not over yet. Here they come down the mountain straight.
And in a race where Alex, in all seriousness, in a race where Sebastian Joe is so far down, Wojciech doesn't need to be crashing on his own, does he?
No, true, but I don't think...
the lapped car in the way. The lapped car needs to just really let these guys through.
Very hard to at this part of the track.
Well, relatively easy part of the track to do it, I think. It has now.
Brake pedal.
Yeah, exactly that. And now it's Chepelevsky, Savinovic, Bond, and then Baker, Palmer. Those two are just a couple of seconds behind. And Braden Cohen's disappeared into the distance.
Oh no!
Bond hits the wall. Oh, into the wall is Palmer.
Yeah. Palmer trying to go around the back marker there.
Bond had been into the wall earlier in the lap as well. Yeah, Laura Bond had been in the wall earlier on in the lap.
Oh, she's in the wall again.
Oh no!
It's all going wrong now.
Is she going to maintain?
Digital car.
Is she going to maintain her 4th place? We're on lap 10 of the race. We're going to start the penultimate lap when we get back, but the car is, I don't know whether it starts, it's just crabbing tiny a little bit.
She's getting ever closer to the walls on every corner as well. This is where lessons need to be learned from last year, Alex, and you give the walls a bit more margin later on. She doesn't want to do the same as 2014.
No, absolutely. And she's lost the draft as well, which is going to put her under pressure. Well, not completely, but going to put her under pressure from Baker.
Car's moving around as well.
Baker's car looks absolutely pristine as well. You're right, in the braking zone doesn't look good, does it, for Laura there? She's going to struggle, I think, to hold on to this 4th place.
Will Wojciech Savinovic manage to get 2nd, Adam? This is the next conundrum we face.
Well, got a 1st in race 1, a 2nd in race 2 will do very nicely for Savinovic. Always adds to those podium credits, of course, and with Sebastian Job getting a 0 once again in the podiums column, this will put more distance between them when the showdown gets underway. So this could have a long-term impact. Yeah, Baker through into 4th place, so Bond down to 5th. Next in is Ben Palmer in 6th.
Baker's got damage as well, Alex, on that step sim car. It seems like most people have had a little clip of the wall. Doesn't look like Chepelevsky has. Got that GT Omega car pretty clean, and that's probably his cue to crash it now that I've said that.
Yeah, let's see, he's going to come under a little bit of pressure now, so he might just flirt with the walls a little bit more.
We go then out of the cutting, up the mountain section for the penultimate time. Chepelevsky, runner-up in Season 4, has driven for many teams in the BSRTC, now driving for GT Omega. Savidovic, the Season 6 champion, won it with Apex Racing TV and is now racing with Engine Oils Direct, trying to make it 2 titles. Here we go, up to McPhillamy Park and Skyline for the penultimate time. Then the run through the S's where you've really got to hold your breath and just pray that the car gets through there in one piece. Such a dramatic part of the racetrack here as we head back down the hill. Chepelevsky got through the S's very well there. Managed to put a few car lengths between himself.
The direction change is excellent on that GT Omega car. Alex, have you had much experience of this track before?
Only in a Formula 1 car, I have to say.
Dear. How
And
did
that was
that
only,
turn out?
well, I only wanted to beat Jensen Button's lap record around there, and yeah, mission complete, so that's all that mattered.
There you go.
Well, here comes Savidovic then down Conrod Straight. He's in the slipstream of Chepelevsky. Chepelevsky, is he going to move over? Is he going to move over? No, he's not. He's going to try and maintain it round the outside, like Sebastian Job tried to do in race 1. Is he going to be hard on the brakes into the chicane? No, he's not. Savidovic,
He's going to nearly run into him as well.
Savidovic, after his scare 2 laps ago, he still seems to take that corner with the same vigour as he's always done.
Yeah, Laura Bond's still 5th, so those are important points for the AM category. Ben Palmer in 6th, and Smolensky in 7th. There's quite a bit of distance between them. Rushworth in 8th, dropped back quite a bit. Newman in 9th, and Blake in 10th.
Smith getting past Richard Gore, so that's Paul Smith up to 13th place now.
Yeah, good race from Paul this time.
And now
that's 26th.
And this battle continues between Kip Stevens and Jesper Drilica. We're about to start the final lap of the race here, and still it hasn't been decided. Sebastian Job still, I think, is in 28th place, so no reverse grid for him yet.
Baker is closing on Savidovic, Chepelevsky, but got a feeling that damage is just hindering the Season 7 champion slightly, and he's not really making any inroads. Alex, can you see anything down the field that
no,
needs to keep an eye on?
This seems like the best bit of action, actually. Everybody's spread out. I mean, the battle that we were watching earlier on. Well, actually, let's flip to that. It's Rob Plumley, 16th. This is a great little gaggle going on now, actually. Plumley trying to get a move on Jesper.
I think Job's been in the walls again because he's got a bit of damage on his car. He's still 28th. He's actually coming under a lot of pressure from Robert Fags, so something's not right with the Apex Racing car.
Jesper Drilica and Rob Plumley were side by side going into the cutting there, but Drilica's just able to hold on. Plumley there just rides the curbs just a little bit, and Kaiser's taking a very wide line there as they head through the mountain section.
So for the final time out of the Forest Elbow then, Braden Cohen, who started on pole position, and he's achieving a rare feat here. There aren't many people who've taken race 2 pole and race 2 victory, but Braden Cohen for Grip TV, he just needs to negotiate now the chase, flat out corner, hard on the brakes into the final chicane. Yeah, and he takes it well, and now it's just hell corner to Murray's Bend, to go. And for the first time in his career in the BSRTC, very short one at that so far. Going to be Braden Cohen. It's going to be a first win for Grip TV as well. And that's brilliant from Cohen and really well deserved. He's going to take it from Savidovic, who's coming across, and then Chepelevsky, David Baker, Laura Bond in 5th, Ben Palmer 6th, Spalensky 7th, and then it's Rushworth, Newman and Blake rounds out your top 10, Alex. Good race.
Oh, there's some little couple of exchanges of positions going on as well in that battle. Watching Kaiser and Gore. Gore's dropping down, actually. Looks like Gore might have some sort of problem because he was sort of up around 11th place at one point. So
yeah,
not sure what that was, but loses a whole bunch of places on the last lap there. Oh, he might just get one back. Did he? That was close.
Whereas Sebastian Job, he's not in 28th place anymore, he's now in 29th, and he's just heading his way down towards Forest Elbow.
No reverse grid there.
He's been passed by Rob Fagg and by his teammate Lee Thompson as well. So Job really struggling.
And Walker, Dan Hunt and Walker here, just having a little battle as well, late on the brakes. Hunt's got the better of Walker there, it seems, round the outside. Good move.
Nice. Even on the final lap, and that does get him into 26th place. So Dan Hunt gives his reverse grid chances no harm at all. Providing, of course, he doesn't make a mess of the final corner, and he hasn't. So Dan Hunt,
That could be crucial.
26th, and Adam, that could be really important for him.
Yeah, well, if the car numbers reverse grid for the third race, is 26, then he will be very happy indeed. Just to update you on that stat that you said, Andrew, only 2 cars before this race had won a race from pole position in race 2 this season, and
Do we know who they are?
and they are
For extra points?
they are. Let me just scroll through my list. It was Simon Field at race 2 at Lime Rock Park, and the other one was Simon Field at Mid Ohio. So
Simon Field then.
it's all about the Simon Field. Is he even racing this race?
No, he's
I
not.
don't think he's in.
No, he's not around.
So only 2 drivers. Well, Brady Cohen becomes the second driver this season to win a race from pole in race 2.
Yep, and another really good race. I mean, we did have that big melee. Alex, I wonder if you could take us back and again just run us through exactly what happened there.
Yeah, maybe we can look at that. Just got the final standings up on the screen.
Take it away.
So Brendan Cohen takes his first race victory in the BSRTC. A great job by Grip TV. Just like Slip Angle, they're working their way up through the pack. Second for Wojciech Swidovic, does his championship another world of good. Stelin Chepelewski in third, David Baker fourth, Flora Bond in fifth, Ben Palmer 6th, Alex Smolensky 7th, 8th, Jamie Rushworth 9th, Pete Newman, and 10th it is Dan Blake. 11th for Juha Pekka-Lamy, 12th Mark Johnston, 13th Paul Smith, 14th Kip Stevens, 15th Sharon Kaiser, 16th it is Rob Plumley, 17th John Roberts, 18th Michael Shellback, 19th Richard Gorn, and 20th it's Ches Pedrilica, 21st Robert Graham, 22nd Ray Alfala, 23rd Daniel Kraft, 24th Stephen Burke, 25th Dan Hunt, and in 26th it is Steve Walker, 27th Steve Richardson, 28th Rob Fagg, 29th Lee Thompson, and 30th place for Sebastian Job. 31st it is Lee Berridge, 32nd Jay Wright, 33rd Andrew Whitehead, and the car's 1 lap down or more. Mike Mason, Julian Janowski, Scott Malcolm, Jamie Fluke, Andrew Brown, Colin Cunniff, Jake Blackhall, Steve Hefford, and Andreas Katz. So let's have a look at that. Well, before we look back at the incident that was a major factor in the outcome of race 2, we'll quickly do the reverse grid as well. 15 down to 26 as always. Jerome Kaiser, Rob Plumley, John Roberts, Michael Scharback, Richard Gore, Jess Pedrilica, Robert Graham, Ray Alfala, Daniel Kraft, Stephen Burke, Daniel Hunt, and Steve Walker are the drivers eligible for reverse grid pole. Over to you, Alex, to find out who is going to be on pole.
Yeah, let's see. Again, we'll reset on 15th. Could it be another small one? Will it be a large one? Who knows? Certainly going to be different. 23, I think this is going to be 19. Pretty straightforward. It's not going to reach 21. 19th, I guess close, but yeah, 19th it is.
Richard Gore onto pole position for Apex Racing TV, with Michael Shellback second, John Roberts third, Rob Plumley fourth, and Jerome Kaiser in fifth. So
we do promise you this wheel isn't rigged.
Yeah, it always seems to be a race 2 wheel.
Alex could assure you. Well, Ashley Blake could assure you as well.
Yeah, it's actually built it, so.
We're surprised it doesn't bring STEM sim racing out every time, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
No, so Richard Gore again, he'll be loving these pole position starts. He's had a few of recently.
Right, analysis time then.
There was a point that I was going to make. Oh yeah, that's it. Ray Alfala and Robert Graham had very, very good races. He started very near the back and ended up 21st, 22nd. Sadly, they're not really going to get much reward for that, Adam.
No, they've been having a quiet evening, to be fair. But yeah, 22nd place, still a solid performance in the BSRTC. But yeah, not going to be rewarded for their efforts this time. Maybe if the numbers were just slightly in their favour, they could have got that reverse grid pole.
Right, where?
Lap number 2, so very early in the race, and yeah, heading just up to McPhillamy Park. Daniel Kraft decides it is time to get that move down the inside of Rob Fagg. Only lap 2.
I thought half the race had gone.
Yeah, I thought that half the race had gone. I was flicking through, wondering what was happening. Oh, it's not alongside. And it's...
we're just in the aftermath of it. We're rolling.
Not again. Right, enough for Laguna.
Let's go back a bit further.
Well, that's what happened to Shellback. We were wondering what happened to him after his 6th place grid start.
Yeah, we'll go on board actually with down here, and we'll have a little look at it. So, okay, so we're heading up towards the up the mountain now. It's quite a way behind actually. Oh, the guys all check up behind. So Dan really closed in there as well, rapidly as well, which is perhaps why he thought they were so slow and like, oh, I can stick my nose in here and potentially get a move. But yeah, and he did get a run in there, but it was only ever going to end in disaster there. It really was. I mean, he was lucky not to completely crash, but then of course, massive checkup behind.
And Sebastian Job, he is able to get past Daniel Kraft, but it's the slowing down Rob Fagg that ends his race, and he goes flying to the left, trying to avoid it all, but unfortunately that new team car is just.
Let's have a little look.
Eurochips Digital is just going one way.
Let's have a look at it from Rob's point of view. Oh.
It was.
I tell you what, it's a separate incident actually. Rob Fagg smashes the wall completely separately. So there's 2 individual incidents there that caused that.
Oh, because he's got.
Rob Fagg gets
saved it.
Yeah, Rob Fagg gets turned sideways, and he's probably having to put the wheel back to the right way.
That's right. Put it back a bit further just to catch it a little bit more.
Right.
See, yes, you're right. It was Rob. Sorry, that actually that Dan hit. Sorry, yeah, my mistake there. So you're right. It wasn't 2 separate incidents, but yeah.
Just offline though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when he saved the car.
Much speed, and then just just nothing you could do there.
He was trying so desperately, I think, to keep the speed up, that even though he'd saved the car, he's just going well offline. He didn't let off the throttle as much as he maybe should have. But again, it doesn't excuse the error from Kraft, really, does it?
No,
He did start the whole thing.
Optimistic is the way I would hope.
He was alongside, but I don't think there's any way that there's no way that Rob Fagg's just going to let him have that.
Just watching Rob here. Of course, his car's completely damaged and smashed to bits, but he's just driving away nice and steadily, and then all of a sudden, yours to the left smashes in the wall and goes for another roll, to end his race completely. And at that point, I think he's like, right, sod it, just toes back to the pits.
And he did finish 28th in the end, so he did manage to get something out of that. But no, I think Kraft was alongside. To a degree,
not enough alongside.
But on a corner like that, there's no way that Rob Fagg's just going to give that up. It's up to the driver behind to say.
It's a one-line corner.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. Hard enough when you're going through it on your own.
This will probably be interesting to talk. Will be interesting to talk to Daniel Kraft after race 3. I'd say that.
Yeah, I think we should try and get some of these controversies cleared up. But in the meantime, we are going to take another 10-minute break or so before the next round comes on. So it is going to be round 82. It's going to be the 3rd round of the evening. We've had a couple of great races tonight. We've had a new winner in Braden Cohen. But don't go anywhere because there's still one more to go. There's still 12 more laps tonight. The BSRTC. We'll see you soon.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun, but there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Truex in the outside contact, mate. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even. Give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
Welcome back everyone to the conclusion of the Bathurst race meeting in the BSR Touring Car Championship. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath, Alex Simpson with you from Mount Panorama Circuit in Australia on iRacing.com. We're on Apex Racing TV, iRacing Live, and Motors TV as well in the UK and all around Europe as well. Adam, 2 great races so far tonight. The third one, race 3 is always a bit of a lottery, but what do you expect to see?
I think even more carnage than we saw in race 2, especially with more cars getting reversed. We've got how many cars we've got reversed for this final race? I hope if I'm looking at the right
grid. It was 19, wasn't it?
19? Yes, it was 19 cars reversed. Yeah, and that puts Richard Gore onto pole position. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong grid sheet. Second place is Michael Shellback. Third is John Roberts. Fourth, Robert Plumley. Fifth, Sharon Kaiser. Sixth, Kip Stevens. Seventh, Paul Smith. Eighth, Mark Johnston. Ninth, Stuart Mekalami. And in 10th, it is Dan Blake. 11th, it is Pete Newman. 12th, Jamie Rushworth. 13th, Alex Smolensky. 14th, Ben Palmer. 15th, Laura Bond. 16th, David Baker. 17th, Stalin Chapelevsky. 18th, Wojciech Svidovich. 19th, Braden Cohen. And then in 20th place, it is Chesper Drinica. 21st, it's Robert Graham. 22nd, Ray Alfala. 23rd, Daniel Kraft, who was the main instigator in that crash early on in race 2. 24th, it is Stephen Burke. 25th, Daniel Hunt. 26th, Steve Walker. 27th, Steve Richardson. 28th, Rob Fagg. 29th, Lee Thompson. And then 30th is Sebastian Jobe. 31st, Lee Berridge. 32nd, it is Jay Wright. 33rd, Andrew Whitehead. And 34th, Mike Mason. 35th, Julian Janowski. 36th, Scott Malcolm. 37th, Jamie Fluke. 38th, Andrew Brown. 39th, Colin Cunniff. 40th, Jake Blackhall. 41st, Steve Hefford. And then 42nd, it is Andreas Katz.
Thank you very much. Well done again.
Yeah.
Alex, we've got about 7 weeks left of this series, 6-7 weeks. Can you just let all the viewers know exactly what's coming over the next couple of months?
Yeah, so obviously we just got a couple more rounds left of this sort of traditional style championship, and then we head our way into the chase after the final team race. So driver swaps, that's in a few weeks' time. Just 2 races that night, and then we head into the chase. So that's where the prize money is going to be sorted out. So run it through really, really quickly. Obviously, top 12 from the pro, top 7, isn't it? Top 7, sorry. Top 6 from the AM as well, and top 3 of the teams championship go head to head in the final rounds of the season. Everything's reset. Bonus points are carried over from all the podiums and victories that they've got. So that's what they'll start the season with at the end there. So that's going to be great to see how that all pans out. Basically write off the whole season before that, and everything starts again.
Yeah, so
sorry.
So I was just going to quickly run you through the rounds. We go to Circuit of the Americas, Donington, Okayama, Interlagos, Mosport, Sebring, and Daytona.
Perfect. Red lights. Green lights. And Richard Gore gets away really well from the front row. Michael Shellback tries to get alongside him into the first corner, but actually Gore, overly defensive somewhat. He didn't really judge the fact that he had quite a big lead, but he leads through turn 1, but Shellback's going to put him under a lot of pressure. The GT Omega car, he's side by side with the Apex Racing TV car, and he's going to surely go through towards turn 2, Adam.
Yes, indeed. Here we go down towards turn 2. Shellback, the GT Omega, trying to go around the outside, and he's done it. Yes, he has. Fantastic move. Commitment
galore there from Shellback. It's always very difficult. You can go around the outside, Alex, in turn 2, but it's not an easy one.
No, not at all, and kind of got to have a bit of sort of assistance from the driver on the inside, not to run out too wide as well, and Richard did that. Oh, it's very close, a bit further back as they're coming
Are you
up
looking
the
at
mountain.
Baker and...
I think it was one of the New Homes digital cars, I'm not sure which one it was, and one of the Apex cars into the wall pretty heavily as well.
Oh, it's Thompson, I think.
Thompson, he's upside
Thompson's
down and spinning
rolling.
round. Oh, it's not good for Lee.
Oh,
this is a terrible meeting for him. He'll have to reset. Yeah, Jamie caught up in that as well.
Thompson will make it back to the pits, I'm almost certain, but...
Oh, big crash at the top of the hit mountain. It's Sebastian Jobe, he's off, and he's over.
And he's out.
Surely,
or at least... Oh, and that car might never stop rolling. Well, it has now. Well, it won't now.
And he collects Steve Hefford.
One of the Grip TV cars, the 76 car of Mike Mason, just morphed right through that Apex car. So that's lucky for Mason. It's lucky that it wasn't race 1 for him anyway.
Disaster for Apex Racing TV then. 2 cars already on their knees. down towards the chase for the first time. Richard Gore down to second.
And the other one's lost the lead.
So yeah, I think Alex Simpson will be on the telephone saying what you're playing at, but here we go down towards the final corner.
We need to check if he's alright, actually. He's still there, Alex?
Yeah.
For the final corner then, it's GT Omega leading, and it's Michael Scharbach who leads the first lap across the line. Richard Gore second. Third, it is John Roberts, who could overtake Andreas Katz into 12th place in the standings if he finishes in this position. Fourth, it is Jerome Kaiser for Engine Oils Direct. Fifth, it is Rob Plumley. Sixth, Kip Stevens. Seventh, Paul Smith. Eighth, Ewan Pekalami. Ninth, Mark Johnson. And then Dan Blake in 10th.
Plumley's got he's closing up slowly on Kaiser, but I think Plumley's running a little bit more wing because he's not really getting very close to that Engine Oil Direct car. He's in the top 5, Rob Plumley. This is what it's going to be very unlikely for him to get into the top 10 now, but virtually impossible. But he's still trying with all his might, and he does go inside of Johan Kaiser into the cutting, but Kaiser, the Engine Oil Direct driver, sees that coming and he avoids it.
I want to ask you guys a question actually regarding John Roberts. What happens if he gets into a wild card or into the top 10 spot on his own merit as an AM driver? Does that mean that he can compete for both the AM title and the Pro?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
I mean,
he's only 300 points out. I mean, I know it sounds like a lot, but there's enough races for him to do that.
Just about.
Yeah, if he has the same sort of consistency that he had at the start of this season, when he was in the top 10 for ages. There's no reason why he couldn't get back in there.
Four races left, 300
Including
points.
this one.
It's almost impossible, but I mean, he could do it. I mean, at least when in the BTCC, when Matt Neal was an independent, I believe he was still eligible, Adam, for the main title.
Yeah, and even the cars in the World Touring Car Independence Trophy were still eligible.
Plumley on Kip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, squeezes Stevens. Is that Stevens? Yes, it is. Stevens is going to just close the door off.
And Smith going round the outside.
So the two stems in racing cars battling, and Plumley allows Paul Smith through.
Smith's currently the AM leader, but the interesting thing for him, at least at the start of the day, we haven't got updated points. But he was tied on points with Richard Gore and only in the lead of the category because he'd had 9 class wins to Richard Gore's 7. So it's still very close. I mean, I don't exactly know how the points have shaken out with the first 2 races, but you can bet that's still going to be a close fight.
John Roberts still leads the AM Championship by 10 points over Paul Smith. Then it's all the way back to Steve Richardson in 3rd, Richard Gore 4th, Laura Bond 5th.
Sorry, I was looking at showdown points there, Adam.
Side by side with Chepelewski and Jamie Rushworth going into turn 2. Oh, that's well, Jamie took a lot of speed in there. I thought he was going to run straight out wide into Chepelewski, but he still didn't give him the room he needed.
Blensky through then. No, Adam, I was
referring back to the showdown points.
Referring the showdown points. So the AM category, yes, John Roberts still leading. In the showdown points, Smith has more.
Yes, you're right. Laura Bond, Paul Smith, Richard Gore, John Roberts, Steve Richardson.
Side by side on top of the mountain. Sorry, guys. This is 2 teammmates as well. Paul Smith and Rob Smith.
And a Pekalami looking in there.
Well, Smith's a maniac anyway, so he's my teammate for the VLN. So yeah, he's an absolute nutter to even do that. But down the mountain he goes, and he did win a race here a couple of seasons ago. He knows how to get it done around this circuit. He has a chance, I think.
Got so excited there. It was Rob Smith and Paul Plumley. So
there you go. Thanks, Adam Simpson. So, Alex Bath, what's going on?
Well, Alex Woodhouse, as we head down the straight, Savinovich is now battling away with Chepelewski. Savinovich is going to use the slipstream there, and he's going to try and get past the GT Omega car of Chepelewski. Looking to the inside, gets on the brakes there. Doesn't want to get through with the first part of the chase, but is he going to try and get it done into the chicane? Too far back this time around, and stays. As off goes David Baker.
That's
uncharacteristic to say the least.
Well, he's well off as well, isn't he? He doesn't do things by halves when he does do it. And yeah, he's back on no damage, but he'll have a slowdown, I'm not believe there. Yeah, God help me if I do commentary with Andrew Whitehead. Everybody's going to get really confused then.
God.
Not big. And you and Alex Saunders can do the other one.
Oh God, yeah.
And you can find some of those Simpsons that you did the 16th Street League with.
That was impressive. I've never been in a race with more than one. So.
There were 3.
Paul
3
Smith.
in that occasion. Michael Shellback leads. Sorry, Heather.
Yeah, that's fine. Paul Smith and oh, he's gone. Oh, he's on. And he takes our cameraman out.
Oh,
that
man.
was the lag, wasn't it? There, he just disappeared. He didn't know where his teammate was. He just got absolutely smashed into there. That's why you need to have a good internet connection when you're racing this close.
Right into the pedigree chump sign. Well, that car's dog bait now, isn't it?
Oh, that's a crash from behind. Mark Johnston was that? Yeah, it was Mark Johnston in the Leo Bodnar racing car there.
Johnston was in the top 10. He's not anymore, and he won't be for long because Jepolewski and Savinovic coming through. This is. Oh,
this could be messy.
Bob now around the outside of Johnston. Johnston's limping along.
He's just moved out of the way.
Park it,
Do you know what? That's the right thing to do there. Just get out of the way and let them all come through. He knew he had damage. He is going to park it. I thought he was going to try and limp it back for a moment.
Probably could have, but I wouldn't go down the mountain with a damaged car. I wouldn't fancy my chances, to be honest. So what's the lead now?
Shellback 1.9 seconds actually.
1.9.
Live timing. Yep.
It looks like 1.9. He pulled away. Roberts in third. Good performance so far. This, Alex. To your point about the showdown, about the actual championship standings. Yeah, it's not beyond the realms of possibility.
He's got his teammate behind him. Surely he's going to play a bit of a defensive role. He's got that's Kip Stevens behind him. This is just what Kip needs as well to jump people like Lee Thompson, who's had an absolute shocking meeting in the championship. I think he's probably already done that after the first 2 races anyway.
Yeah,
but
Stevens and Hunt probably will have as well.
Yeah, it definitely puts Lee right on the bubble actually, whether or not he's going to drop out. And with only 1 win, that puts his chance of the showdown really at jeopardy. So.
And this is the time, Alex, where consider how long this season's been, and Lee's been up there for most of it. You don't want to throw it away now.
Plumley getting
Lamy.
shuffled back by Lamy here, side by side.
Side by
Plumley's
side.
got more straight line speed.
Well, he had a big crash here with his teammate Paul Smith last time around. The side by side here.
Did they hit each other? Was that the problem?
Well, I think he disappeared, and did he know where his teammate was? I think that was the thing. And Plumley down the inside. And, they both go. Well, Plumley just goes into where Lamy was, and that's going to allow Dan Blake. Lamy down the inside into the cutting. Not close enough to get a move done there. Newman's going to try and go down the inside of Blake into the cutting.
Lamy had to be late on the brakes there because he would have lost the position to Dan Blake. He didn't want to do that.
Well, some other incident a bit further back as well, down around sort of 26, 27, 28, 29th. I saw Baker, Al Fowler, Cohen. They all lost a bunch of places. So
Al Fowler went into pits.
Something must be. So maybe something happened a bit further on or earlier on the lap. Sorry.
Al Fowler went in the pits. I don't know what position he's in now. He was 21st, but he's not anymore. Been a bit of an attritional race this one so far.
This is a great battle actually, from what is 5th place all the way back to 16th. They're pretty much single file. You can just see them all in the shot right now as well. That's a great battle.
Yeah, Plumley, Lamy, Blake, Newman, Palmer, Zelensky, Rushworth, Chepolewski, Savinovic, and Kraft. Yeah, look at that train going down Conrad Straight.
Here comes Lamy then. He's going to be in the slipstream this time. They were side by side down the mountain straight. Are they going to be side by side down the Conrad Straight? Not close enough. Through the chase goes Lamy.
Is he going around the outside?
Nearly put 2 wheels into the grass, and he's fantastic cutback from Plumley there. But at the same time, Lamy did go way too deep into the corner, and that's going to lose
whoa, Dan Blake, well off.
And thankfully, that tyre barrier stopped him from being propelled back into the pack. So.
There's more contact. I can hear more contact. I think. He's
around goes
Palmer.
Pen Palmer, yeah. Pen Palmer.
Let's just have a little look at that back on replay, just see what happened there as well.
Oh, but now he's going to go around again because he's just missed the pit lane.
Oh, yeah, just watching it back
Longest
now.
lap on the calendar.
We can see what happened ahead as well.
That's until we get the Nordschleife for next season.
Did Palmer get caught in that? No, it was afterwards, wasn't it, as well? So,
He must have been
yeah,
hit,
there we
didn't he?
go. He was caught panel from there as he was trying to turn left for the final corner, Murray corner there, and yeah, he just got turned. Caught panel.
Drelitska and Graham.
You're right.
And
You're not trying
Robert
to cut. I'd have cut the course and gone back in the pits.
It wouldn't have been a bad shout, that.
I
Actually.
so would have done that.
Yeah, he's well, get a fast toe, get back out there. In the end, he's
Yeah,
on a. Well,
certainly.
he is closing on. Well, I thought he was closing on Steve Richardson. He might be actually up the hill, but car's not looking particularly great. I think it's drivable though for Palmer, so probably quicker than actually pitting for him so far. The lead is 2 seconds. Then the 6 back to John Roberts. Adam, it'd do wonders for John Roberts' AM Championship standing if he could get a podium finish at Bathurst of all places.
Yeah, podium finish will.
Oh, someone's on their roof.
Oh no!
What's going on? This could be big.
Who is it?
I'm trying to get the camera back.
It's Pakalami.
Nice Pakalami.
Oh no! What's happened?
And he was
he was
Oh, he's
second.
lost it on his own down the hill. And then he got... Well, there was nothing that Smolensky could do to avoid that, but Smolensky very helpfully cleared the way for everyone else. I don't know if you noticed that.
Let's watch it back. Just put it back. Look, he just got himself out of shape over the curb, straight into the. Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. He did just nudged him out of the way there, didn't he? Spun him off the line, which
At the
was
same
which was
And
all good.
he saved everyone else from certain doom.
Yeah.
Alfala and Cohen were having a battle. In fact, Baker's now... well, Alfala must have had some more trouble
Lumley in the
because
pits.
Alfala was right behind Baker, and now he's had to... I don't know if he's been in the pits again.
It does look like he has actually. Yeah, twice into the pits.
He was
according to the
battling
timing screen.
with Cohen, so I'm not sure whether there's any there, but yeah, not a good day for Ray, but he'll come back. It's a tough track, this. Rushworth and Newman now, Adam.
Yeah, these guys seem to have worked their way to the front of this pack due to Plumley and Lamy now pitting. It's Smolensky leading this train along, and it's Newman in 7th, Rushworth in 8th, and then Chapelewski in 9th place, heading down the mountain straight up towards turn 2.
So Newman is currently a wild card.
Yes, he is.
So, but he'll be looking to try and break into the top 10 in points, which he's still got half a chance of doing,
Yes, he does.
I believe. Is that right? He is. Yeah, he's actually in the points, actually 11th on merit. So he's probably jumped Thompson now.
He's only 9 places behind Daniel Hunt. 9 points, sorry, behind Daniel
9
Hunt.
points, right, and he's actually ahead of Daniel Hunt by about 7 places. So this will do him wonders for the main championship. And Newman, who actually raced, as Kraft scrapes the wall. Newman, who raced around from his hospital bed, Adam, earlier on in the season. And I tell you what, those points that he gained, he didn't get many, but it will have helped him out, won't it? In the end, it'll have been worth it.
Mid-Ohio, pretty tricky track to race from at a hospital bed, yeah, but getting those points, finishing in a classified place, will seem to or certainly help his championship aspirations as he heads through the Forest Elbow section.
I heard somebody in the wall again, but it's such a regular occurrence on this Bathurst circuit. I think it was Dan Kraft, because he's just dropped behind Daniel Hunt. So Alex, not a lap goes by without someone scraping the wall. That's how tough this track is for those people who don't know just how difficult it is. You know, you struggle to get round here at half speed.
Yeah, you're right, and I think it was Kraft because he's got even more damage on that Pete Newman media car there, so it looks like he's dropping off the pack as well.
Jake Blackall is the fastest man on the track, who's not named Michael Shellback at the moment. So Jake's had a bad few weeks, really. But he started 39th, he's up to 18th, he's up to 17th.
16th he is
16th,
now as well,
okay.
Yeah, with that move, he just done another move there. So.
Battle for
Just took Richardson there.
Battle for 4th place heating up now between Kip Stevens and Jerome Kaiser. They're very close. It's Engineers Direct versus New Homes Digital. We're on lap 8 of the race.
We're side by side further back as well, and that's between Laura Bond and Dan Hunt. So 11th and 12th place. Let's just stay with this. We're on board with Dan Hunt. At the moment, he's going to try and go around the outside of Bond into turn 2. Bond decides she doesn't want any of that. She's got her AM Championship to worry about as well.
Yeah, the New Homes Digital car there, which has seen some... Blackall sets he's the fastest man now on the track, 2:14.2. And most of the guys in front are doing 2:14s, 2:15s, and 2:16s. So excellent from Blackwell. He's right with Robert Fagg already, Adam.
Yeah, Jake Blackwell doing a fantastic job and took a victory at Watkins Glen for Apex Racing TV, of course. And he's currently sitting in 16th place with...
Should have won at Laguna Seca,
Should have won at Laguna Seca, yeah, but it'll always be remembered for a Colin Cunniff victory due to a technicality at the end of the race. And in front of Rob Fagg, it's Robert Graham, who's in 14th place. So Jake Blackwell inside the top 20.
Well, Blackwell is an Australian, Alex, and Australians at Bathurst, you know, they know the way around this place.
Indeed, you'd expect him to. Just watching the battles between Stevens and your own again. So it's close, 0.3 of a second going into the straight. Kip's obviously going to get slipstream. Wonder if he'll try and stick it up the inside here.
Let's have a look then through the chase. Is he going to lunge it down the inside? Kaiser is late on the brakes just as much as Stevens is. Is Kaiser going to make the corner? No, he's not. And
Kaiser almost. Almost.
And
I
Stevens
think he just
through.
likes to scare Mr. Stevens occasionally, does Jerome, I think.
Oh, a little bout behind as well.
Smolensky's going for it.
Late move.
Locks the brakes on the
Brilliant
inside,
move
but he's
by
through.
Smolensky. But is he going to keep the position?
Down the front straight they go then, Kaiser and Smolensky. Smolensky to try and get inside Kaiser, down the inside, side by side, Kaiser round the outside, and Smolensky has to slot behind.
Nice move from Kaiser. Yeah, it was. Carried a lot of momentum through there. It's not easy to do. Absolutely great move.
Because that's quite a tricky corner. That outside curve does sort of surprise you a little bit, doesn't it?
Smolensky trying to fight back though. He had a little look around the outside, but Kaiser just planted his car in the middle, no way past.
It's for a top 5 position.
Been a good race from Richard Gore, Alex?
Yeah, steady, just doing his thing out there at the moment. He's got a fairly sizable gap, so he just needs to make sure he doesn't hit anything really, doesn't he? Oh, Kaiser up top of the mountain, very much offline there, and puts himself under a bit of pressure, but just gets himself back on the right line and knows there's just no way through.
We may actually get through 3 races without anyone punting your own Kaiser off, but again we've got to get through another fallouts before we can say that.
Well, he's got a man who's got a reputation for a little bit of crashing behind him, Alex Smolensky.
But
he's been clean. He's been clean this season.
Apart from Pocono, I think that was the only one where he hasn't, where he's had a bit of a brain fart at Pocono. But apart from that, I think he's driven a great season. Smolensky's actually 4th in the points.
That's a great job.
He may be 5th now that because Rushworth's had a good meeting, and I think Kaiser might have brushed the wall there, Alex.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's going to have an opportunity this time. Tucks into the draft nice and early as well. He's going to get a run. He's going to be side by side. He's about to jump out of the slipstream. He is. Let's just see how this one. Who's not going to lift? It's a very tight line for Alex.
Kaiser's going to break late on the brakes, and he's going to go into the back of Smolensky. He does just the tiniest bit there. And
he's going to try and cut him back. Is he? Smolensky seeing him just about. But Newman's going to go through, and is Newman going to get Smolensky on the run down towards Murray's?
Here we go.
And Chepalevsky is here as well.
And Rushworth.
Savinovic.
They're all here, and Kaiser hits Newman. Who's this going to help? It's going to help Chepalevsky.
Kaiser's got a great run on Newman
Look
as well.
Look at this pack. It's a 6-pack. It's appropriate, isn't it,
Chepalevsky
really?
down the inside, he's going to get all of them. No, he's not. He's going to hit Kaiser, who hits Newman. Savinovic and Rushworth hit each other as well.
Well, somebody once described the Bathurst 1000 as a fight between Ford and Holden fans with a motor race breaking out in the middle of it. And now we've got a first-class fight on the track between some of these great drivers in the BSRTC.
Up to turn 2 then, poor Kaiser's lost a ton of spots.
Newman! I have spoken too soon.
And now
Kaiser's in the fence.
He's not over yet. It wasn't that bad a hit actually. He got a little bit of damage. His car tracking straight. Yeah, it is. He's going to survive. His Kias are pretty robust, to be fair. We've seen them upside down and continue on, although it does look like he is struggling. So
he's going to have me for that one, I think.
Yeah, he can't turn right, can he?
Blackwell's in trouble. Blackwell's had some problems, I think, trying to get past Robert Graham. Because Graham's just taken him at the cutting.
Is that Graham just taking the place back though? Because Blackwell. is up to 15th.
Oh, and I can hear something going on. I think Robert Fagg might have clipped Jake Blackall. This is very dangerous and very close. I can see something going on down the mountain. Blackall's very, very quick. Graham's missed out. He's missed his braking point. Cut the course slightly.
With the dipper and down towards Forest Elbow. Then when we get to London, it's going to start the penultimate lap. Blackall trying to get past the Laser Tools car into Forest Elbow. Fagg looks down the inside as well, but can't get through. Look, there's some side by side between Daniel Kraft and Laura Bond here, and they're trying to get past Sharon Kaiser as well, who might be nursing a little bit of damage.
He definitely will be nursing a bit of damage after that. Kaiser and Bond and Kraft. Looks like straight line speeds down in that engine or direct car, Alex, now.
Yeah, just that damage obviously affected him more than what we originally thought. Rob Graham side by side with Blackall just gets whacked from behind by the who was
Fagg,
that? Robert Fagg. Yeah, Robert Fagg there. Of course, driving for the Eurochip digital car. That's a bump and run. Unlike Sebastian early on, didn't wait for him though. Just have it and let's go.
Have that. But that's been a couple of times now that I think Rob Fagg's roughed up Jake Blackall.
For Jamie Rushworth battling away with Stelian Chepelevsky and Pete Newman.
Look at the battle for 21st and 22nd. Jay Wright, Andrew Brown, Dave Baker, Andrew Whitehead, and Jamie Fluke up the inside into hell, and almost sent them both straight there. Dear me.
Great battle, and now David Baker's going to try and get past Jay Wright in front of them. This is the battle for 21st and 22nd, I think, on the track, and down towards turn 2, heading up the mountain section on the penultimate lap here. Is Baker going to try and get it done round the outside? This is what Shellback did for the lead, and round the outside, no way through there. Great driving there by Jay Wright to force David Baker wide.
Decent driving by Andrew Brown as well, not to run into either of them, because he had to make a choice there which side he wanted to pick. In the end, he sort of stayed in the middle and braked a little earlier, and that's probably the smart thing to do. As Whitehead and Fluke still continued their fight, and through not over for third place, actually, is it? Roberts coming under a lot of pressure from Stevens and Smolenski. And a pretty decent meeting from Stevens, Alex, tonight.
Yeah, it has steady. I mean, he's just clocked up reasonable points. Nothing major in the first 2 races. On for an okay finish here. I don't think he's going to fight Smolenski here. You watch, he'll just back down on it, really? Maybe not, maybe
these two are teammates.
They used to be teammates, yeah. Elite Martini, Elite 220.
He doesn't want to give it up. I thought he's going to lose the place, mind you. Smolenski is through, but
he might be able to sneak up the inside into Murray's if he just... Nah, I don't think he's going to bother. He wants the points.
Come on, John. I want to see him hold on to this podium.
John Roberts also got a great run out of the last corner, John Roberts. Smolenski didn't get a good run, and this may allow Stevens to go through. Stevens likes to tell us that he's not very good, but he is, isn't he? He's always there or thereabouts.
Yeah, exactly, and he's doing well in the official series as well, so can't have that anymore.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's a veteran now, and he's done a lot. He's done a lot for the Kia category in general on iRacing.
Oh yeah, it's this series I think and the admins that have pretty much single-handedly got the interest in the solo series, and that's come to light this season for the first time, and there's quite a few people turning up and doing a lot of races there, and a lot of people enjoying that on the official series now as well.
Have to get in on the action, Adam Murray.
Yeah, I think we should. Michael Shellback then heading down through the S's, final lap of the race here. Richard Gore second, John Roberts still in third, Smolenski fourth, and here comes Daniel Hunt. He's just come out of nowhere, and he's closing in and has a possibility of getting a top 5 finish now.
Yeah, he fought back really well in race 2, Alex, didn't he, Dan Hunt? And that set up this momentum for him to try to get into the top 5.
Yeah, exactly. He was also involved in the incident top of the hill, so good to see good recovery from him. It's not always easy when you have an incident in the second race. It's normally your race meeting done and dusted because of the way the reverse grid works. But great, managed to into Smolenski, big time into the wall.
Into the last 2 corners for Michael Shellback though, just quickly.
So far out in head.
Through the chicane, he's got an 8-9 second lead. been easy pickings for Michael Shellback. He's just got the last corner to negotiate through Murray's for the final time. He started second on the grid. He's going to win this third race of the evening here at Bathurst. Michael Shellback takes the victory, and then it's going to be Richard Gore in second.
Oh no, John Roberts has lost it.
Roberts is off at the last chicane. He's going to lose 4 places.
And can Kip Stevens get past Smolensky into the final corner, into Murray's? It's the last lap.
Oh, he's surely going to try. Smolensky's gone wide.
He has.
He might get it anyway, Stevens.
It's going to be
such a short run
Smolensky.
to the line, and Smolensky
By just a
gets
tenth.
the podium finish. What happened to John Roberts? We're going to have to find out at the end. Jeroen Kaiser's going to finish 13th. His car is very badly damaged. Look at the state of that. Coming into the final corner.
4 for Kip Stevens. Speedovic got 5th in the end, so he managed to get past Daniel Hunt. John Roberts 7th, 8th Chepelevsky, 9th Rushworth, and then Newman rounding out the top 10.
Jamie going on there, Whitehead
as
and
well.
Jesper here, side by side, going into the final corner around the outside. If he's going to make this move stick,
Oh, it's very
looks
close.
good. Is he going to get it? I think Whitehead just snubbed that one.
By half a tenth.
Yeah. Pekka Ray Alfala and Lee Thompson battling away.
Sorry, we just lost Jamie Fluke on the last lap as well.
So Ray Alfala and Pekka Lamy, down the inside into the chicane goes Ray Alfala. Any chance of getting through?
Oh.
Pekka Lamy runs a little bit wide, but I think it's going to be Lamy getting past Alfala.
It was very optimistic from Ray to, well, it would have been if he'd have actually gone for the move, but Juha Pekka Lamy, who started 9th, and then he made that mistake on the mountain, which really cost him. Finishes 29th in the end, and it could have been so much more for him, but Ray Alfala, well, it's a learning experience for him, Alex. We've all got to learn somewhere, and Bathurst is a pretty difficult place to do it. Ray's had some success, but the tracks haven't been anything like as tough as this.
No, very tough race, and I know he didn't have an awful lot of time in practice. He posted in the Facebook group that he might not be able to race this week as well, so I was able to get some practice in late yesterday, but obviously not enough to compete to the level that we've seen him at in previous weeks. But you know, I'm sure he still had a bit of fun out there.
Another win for GT Omega Racing, Adam.
Yeah, still no win for Stalin Chepelevsky though, that's the thing. We're going to try and look back at the John Roberts incident.
Yeah, I'm just looking it back now. I've jumped it back, we're just about to see it.
Sorry,
Let's go back a little bit further. Right, let's see what happened. So yeah, going down the straight, he's clearly in 3rd place, no real issues. Through the chase, no one seems to be contesting it. Just late on the brakes, just outbrakes himself.
Oh,
just purely down to his own fault. Last, you know what I mean? He had that wrapped up, that
unbelievable
podium. And it looks like Svidovic got Dan Hunt as well.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? Yeah. So yeah, you could see that move there. So yeah, that's a great little scrap there. But yeah, Roberts needed that. Remember, Richard Gore also an AM driver as well. So yeah, with that, I would think there's no chance of him getting into the top 10 now.
that is so unlucky for Roberts. But again, you know, it is. It's a driver error. That's the only way you can cut it, and unfortunately, you know, that's the points that you would need. But it's still a great result for him, Alex. I don't think he'll be that disappointed in terms of the points he's got.
No, I don't think so. He's second place as an AM driver. It's still, you know, for the AM championship, it's what he needs, isn't it? So
yeah. Adam, that was a pretty good meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've been looking forward to Bathurst all of the last week, really, after the great racing we saw at Brands Hatch. And yeah, great racing again in all three races. Victory for Svidovic and a victory for two new drivers, Michael Shellback and in race 3 and in race 2. Oh god, the name's gone. And in race 2 for Braden Cohen, there we go. So yeah, great job from them, and great job seeing a new team winning as well. Well, next week we head to Circuit of the Americas for the final Drivers' Championship race meeting. That's where the showdown points will be decided, and then we'll have that team race to end the season as well. Let's have a look at the finishing order then for the final race of the evening. And it is, of course, Michael Shellback taking the victory, Richard Gore second, Alex Smolensky in 3rd, Kip Stevens 4th, and Wojciech Svidovic in 5th. Daniel Hunt is in 6th, John Roberts is in 7th, Stalin Chepelevsky 8th, Jamie Rushworth 9th, and in 10th it is Pete Newman. 11th Laura Bond, 12th Daniel Craft, 13th Sharon Kaiser, 14th Robert Graham, 15th it is Steve Richardson, 16th Rob Fagg, 17th it is Jake Blackhall, 18th Scott Malcolm, 19th Robert Plumley, and then 20th is David Baker. 21st Ben Palmer, 22nd Andrew Brown, 23rd Andrew Whitehead, 24th Jesper Drelica, 25th Mike Mason, 26th Dan Blake, 27th Lee Thompson, 28th Lee Berridge, 29th Ewan Pekalami, and then 30th it is Rayal Fowler, 31st Stephen Burke, 32nd Paul Smith, 33rd Steve Walker, 34th Julian Janowski, and the cars one lap down or more, 35th Jamie Fluke, 36th Jay Wright, 37th Braden Cohen, 38th Mark Johnston, 39th Sebastian Job, and then Steve Heffernan 40th.
Well, that was pretty awesome, I have to say. Alex, do we have any victims?
Just lost you for a second there, but I'm pretty sure you said, is anybody up for an interview? No one's jumped in as of yet. We can squeeze a couple in tonight if they want to come down. We'll give them just a minute just to get themselves organised. It's a slow lap to get back to the pits. Remember, the drivers have to return to the pits at the end of the race, so they're just doing that now. Everybody's pretty much there. Yeah, I have to say, what a great race meeting. I'm looking forward to the ones that are coming up as well. The team race. We haven't broadcasted a team race on Motors TV or on iRacing Live yet, so that'll be something different for everybody to look at.
Yeah, indeed, the team race is always full of surprises and always great fun. I mean, we entered a couple earlier on in the season, so we'll have to see what that brings us. So yeah, sorry, go on.
Are we going to grab someone?
Yeah, Dan Craft.
We might just have to force them to come in.
Let's speak to Dan Craft.
We'll just grab Dan. Poor old Dan, he's the victim today.
Daniel Craft joins us in the commentary box. And Dan, I think the main story of your night was that crash with Rob Fagg at the beginning of lap number 2.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. I may have been pushing my luck a little bit, trying to get down on the inside and get an overlap, and Rob unfortunately didn't notice I was there and caused a big incident, unfortunately.
Go on, Adam, sorry.
Yeah, well, apart from that, it did seem to be okay. It had a bit of consistent evening. You got 12th in race 2, and then in race 1, you got a. Where did you finish in race 1? You got a 8th place as well. So good enough for your for the points. However, whereabouts are you in the positions at the moment in the championship? You're currently sitting in 20th. It's probably still a bit of a long shot for you to get up to the showdown, isn't it, with one race meeting?
Well, I only need the one race win, so it's not too hard. Just need to get lucky with a reverse grid, and I might be able to nick a spot. You never know.
So just that one race victory needed. Circuit of the Americas next week. We haven't been there since all the way back in season 5. Is it going to be a tricky track for the Kia?
I think it'd be quite a nice track for the Kia with the long straights. It should promote overtaking in a clean manner, hopefully. And it's a nice long track. It's going to be over a 2-minute lap, I think. So it should mean that the better drivers will shine through, and they should be able to get nearer to the front of the track, nearer the front of the pack, because there are going to be opportunities to overtake.
Okay, Dan, thanks for talking to us, and we'll see you at Circuit of the Americas next week.
Cheers, see you guys.
Interesting there from Daniel Craft. Did he put the blame on Rob Fagg there?
It sounded a bit like.
No, he didn't.
Are we just trying to create a story?
Yeah.
This is 2 weeks of a broadcast. 2 weeks of a broadcast journalism course, and I'm already trying to twist people's words.
Yeah, I know he didn't at all. He said, he probably pushed in his luck trying to get a bit of the overcut there. Come on,
yeah,
give him our time.
He said that Rob didn't see him, and that's probably true. He probably wouldn't think that anyone would actually be there and make a move. I still think that even if there was an overlap, I think that's not a corner where the opposition would yield, Alex.
No, I think you're right there. I think
I wouldn't have yielded. I'd have crashed as well.
I don't think Rob would ever have yielded there. So it was like Dan said, he was perhaps pushing his luck a little bit there, and which he freely admitted. So it's just I guess the aftermath was just a bit unfortunate. We have to watch Adam. I think, like you say, he's on his journalism course now. Everything's going to become major story.
Everything's going to be a conspiracy or controversy, isn't it? And so Alex, you just need to do what we all used to do on TeamSpeak. User has been kicked from your channel.
Exactly.
He gets ideas. To be fair, Dan Craft's always, he's always pretty gracious and in victory or defeat, and he knows that it's been a long, it's been a long championship and everybody's fighting hard, and it's not been the best season for him. But I don't think he didn't start as a full-time driver, did he, Adam?
No, he didn't.
No,
Alex, Adam, whoever.
Yeah, he had an okay season 6 or 7. I think he was in the top 5 in the championship. Was it season 6? Yeah, to Stefan Hugen, Alex Malensky. So he's had a good run. But yeah, just that one win at Circuit of the Americas. That's how close it is. Didn't realise it was that close in terms of wildcard positions. Yeah, I presume that means that Daniel Craft would take it off his teammate Pete Newman. I'm just going to see if we've had the updated points.
He'd have to win a couple, wouldn't he?
Well, Simon Field has now dropped out of the top 10 in the standings. I think that's a big talking point of tonight. John Roberts has gone up to 12th. Andreas Katz in 13th. What this does to the showdown, however, is it allows Pete Newman back inside the top 10 in the standings, which gives him the points from his 2 race victories. But now it means that Andreas Katz and Simon Field are now the 2 wild cards. Field with 96% of the starts, and Katz with 85%. And I think that's not good. That's not going to help Daniel Craft now, because if he gets that one extra win and Field and Katz stay in outside of the top 10, that's not going to give him the wild card spot.
No, and that's all important with just 3 races left before the showdown. I mean, it all comes down to next week, Alex.
Yeah, will do. Like you say, big meeting next week. I think everybody's going to need to practice perhaps a little bit more, see if they can get in. You're right, Roberts, no chance now of getting in. It's really whether it's going to be sort of 8th, 9th, 10th, if they're going to hold themselves in there. There's a couple of drivers there. Pete Newman, of course, Kip and Lee only have sort of 1 and 2 wins. So if they have bad meetings, any one of those drop out, Dan Crafts has a good one and gets a win, then he could still jump himself back in there. But that's assuming that Simon Field or Andreas Katz jump back in. Well, it's only Simon Field that could jump back in, isn't it, now?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still all to play for in the showdown. I mean, the AM category as well. Well, to be honest, that's pretty much cemented. I think 104 points now. Scott Malcolm behind. It's definitely going to be Steve Burke with the wild card. He's just smashed everybody else with the amount of wins that he's had in the class. He's just it's been a bit all or nothing, really, hasn't it, for Steve Burke, and that's why he finds himself sort of in 8th place overall, but with 13 wins. I mean, it's crazy.
As it usually is with Steve Burke. I mean, he's got a bit of a reputation amongst the British sim racers community. And having raced with him, it is a little bit like that. Sometimes he'll be great, and then sometimes he'll do something silly and he'll crash into you.
Well, he was part of the 1-2-3 for Pete Newman Media at Brands Hatch a few seasons ago. So
he can race.
Oh, he's very quick.
But
very
it's
quick.
just when...
Just that consistency is defined, isn't it?
It's the Smolensky problem.
Yeah. He'll find himself, sorts that out. He'll find himself in the top 5, easy, on merit as well. And then look at the bonus points that he would have had carried into the showdown as well. That would have really set him up for a good chance to pick up that title. So
yeah, I mean, Steve Burke
something for him to work on.
He started every race this season, and he put it into perspective. He's the only driver. He's the lowest placed driver out of everyone who started every race, and that's just down to crashing, isn't it? Consistency. And it's not just him crashing on his own. Yeah, he gets caught up in a lot of things as well, but due to not his own fault. But you've got to think he would have at least challenged for that top 10, top 12 if he'd have been cleaner, Alex, to be fair.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And of course, the team's championship is all to play for as well, going into the final driver race meeting. And of course, this will go through Donington as well, because Donington is a team race, and there's only 200 points separating StemSim Racing and New Homes Digital. And last few race meetings, New Homes Digital have been doing pretty well. So only 200 points though. Is that enough? That definitely could help them. That definitely could allow New Homes Digital to try and get past STEM Sim Racing.
Yeah, and even in the teams championship, there's a lot at stake as well, Alex. With it being 3 teams that go into that showdown, and then that's where the big money is. We do mention the drivers' championship a lot, but the money's for the teams championship, really.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, short but sweet answer.
Yeah.
So that's what he's here for, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, Circuit of the Americas next week.
Sorry, I'm being bombarded
Yeah.
with messages as well.
Yeah,
so
same
apologies for
It's
that.
all right.
Circuit of the Americas next week. We haven't been there since season 5, and it's
We have been there since.
Have we now?
We did an eastern layout, didn't we?
No,
Did a
no,
shorter layout.
it's probably the
Well,
last time I've been there was season 5.
6, 7-ish.
Season 7, yeah. Well, I'll go back through the stats
Sorry, just
now.
I just remember that one.
While we discuss the circuit, I'll quickly go through the archives and see who the winners were. It's going to be all about straight line speed. It's very, very quick racetrack, and at the same time, similar to Silverstone, you've got the tight and twisty section at the beginning of the lap.
Yeah, and the S's section. What is it? Is it the short circuit we're at? Is it?
I'll have a look for you now. They haven't. I don't think they've said on the official calendar what layout it's going to be.
I think it's the full course.
It's the Grand Prix circuit. Yeah. So the last time we were there was season 5.
So we used to go through the first part of the S's section and then take quite a sharp turning onto the other part of the track. Now we're going the full GP layout, and there's going to be some great overtaking into that hairpin, Alex, you would think.
Oh yeah, coming down that long straight. It's like what Dan said. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for an overtake there.
And
so
turn 1.
That draft's going to be huge. Yeah, and like turn 1 is obviously just a little bit shorter in there, but massive wide apex into there as well. So you could do some late moves in there, and there might be a fair few undercuts and everything going off in there. It's going to be good.
And such an uphill braking area as well, Adam. You can brake very, very late into there.
Yeah, an uphill braking parts. Yes, it's going to be pretty interesting indeed. Especially turn 1. All those cars fanning out 5 or so wide going into the corner. Just trying to find when the last time we were at Circuit of the Americas. We weren't there season 8. I've just looked through season 7.
I'm almost sure we were there on the shorter layout at one
don't know
point,
whether
unless I've just imagined that. Because I'm sure there was a layout where you go through turn 1, you go through the S's section.
Yes, you're right. Yeah,
And then you turn off into a tight twisty bit, and then you end up at the end of the main straight.
well, I've just looked, and I don't think we were there. I might be wrong, but
Unless it was a non-championship race.
Yeah, I don't know. The organisers might not have kept a record of it.
Oh well.
In the earlier seasons, that might have happened. But yeah, when we were there on the full circuit, the Grand Prix circuit back in season 5, Dacoba Lopez won race 1, season 5 champion, his championship year. David Baker won race 2, and Kevin Critchley won race 3. So David Baker, experience around the track. Could experience be helping the drivers here? That doesn't seem to be the case all the time. These new drivers, they definitely learn the track very quickly, and I'm sure Sebastian Job, after getting 2 zeros in race 2 and race 1-0 in race 3 and not many points in race 2, will be eager to get a race victory, because Davidovich has got 1 and a second place, was it, in race 2, and a 5th in race 3.
Yeah, and there's quite a few people who've had actually excellent meetings tonight and racked up the points, and again, that's so important at this time. Head towards it really is the business end of the season. This is what it's all come down to. Alex, we've been doing this for what, 7 months now since the opening round of this Pro Series.
It's been a long old season actually, and it's we're finally getting to the business end of it now. It's going to be great.
Exciting.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be great to see once we hit the first race of the showdown, and just see if there's a difference in attitude out there as well. Because obviously, drivers now, at this point in the season, some of them are locked in. They're not really too worried. They're just having fun, racing hard, trying to pick up some podiums and things like that. But then it all becomes super, super important. Get involved in something that could be your showdown finish straight away. So, wonder if that'll have a change of attitudes out there.
Yep. No, I can't agree more. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure tonight. Bathurst has been a terrific meeting. So much more improved from the last time we were here. So we've had a truly brilliant meeting tonight at Mount Panorama. Easy for me to say. We'll see you next week for Circuit of the Americas here on iRacing Live. See you then.